I am here, peeps. Just won't be a second. I'm currently trying to deal with a cat that wants to escape. But great, let's go live. Right, so we should be live. Let me go to the main menu and go to there and do all that sort of stuff. Right then, hopefully you can hear that as well. Let me turn that back on. Right then, here we go. We are doing it finally at long last. Right, at long last, Wheel of Doom time. So, if any of you haven't seen a Wheel's Choice stream before, we've done it once before and we were going to do it again. However, I had a few technical issues previously, so hopefully we don't have any of those today. But yeah, today we're having a little look. Today we are doing a bit of Wheel's Choice. Basically means that we're going to bring up this thing, and we're going to let the wheel choose a route for us, which is going to be hopefully satisfyingly chaotic. Because it's the bank holiday weekend as well. I'm not at work tomorrow, so we could go for a couple of hours depending on how long my voice wants to keep going, because I've got a bit of a lumpish feeling in my throat. Don't worry, it's nothing. Well, hopefully nothing concerning, but I'm struggling to speak a little bit. So if I am a little bit quiet at times, or if I feel like it's a bit painful, then I will probably come off. But it should be all good. Hopefully, it should be okay. So with that said, we've got Rex, Ringer, Alex, Sam, AHB, Aaron, Dex. Evening, guys. How are we all? Holiday for 2 weeks now, you jammy sod. I've got 4 days off and I feel like I'm celebrating. Evening, Richie. How are you? Just wanted to say I still enjoy your videos every day. Well, I much appreciate that. There's not been many this week because I haven't had time to record. I've done an awful lot of overtime this week, so it's been a bit difficult. Easter holidays now, yes. I can't wait to go to Birmingham on Monday and Tuesday. It'll be your first time there in 10 years. I don't know why you're excited to go to Birmingham, but I hope you have a good time. East Lancs, how you doing? The great Croydon Company London. Hope you're doing well. Jason, welcome in. The MM184, how you doing? You love Wheel's Choice streams. Hey Richie, it's been a few weeks since I asked it was worth it, and I finally picked up the 805 plus Birmingham to crew. Nice one. Yes, we have started indeed. The Yo42 drummer, hello. Yes, we're definitely here, just chilling on Train Sim World 6. Awesome. You're in the stream as well. And Theodore Nordlander, welcome in. So, there's 26 of you here. Do you lot want to know, some of you may know, but do you lot want to know a little teaser for the next stream? Because there's going to be something special over the Easter weekend. That's been planned for about a week or so. Do you want to find out what it is? Drum roll, please. Right, get your drum rolls in. So, it's that time. I'll say that time of year. What's this cat doing? We are going to be doing something cool. We're going to be doing something very cool. Let me just get it ready. Hold on, bear with me. Just a second. Let me get it all loaded up. Where are we at? There we go. Cool. Right, that's in there. Cool. Are you ready? So, myself, Rex in the chat, Jason, who's also in the chat, some other notable YouTubers are doing another relay race. This time we're doing a southeastern relay race on Saturday. Saturday night from 7 PM, we are going to be doing a southeastern relay from London Victoria in Train Simulator Classic. We're then going to be going along in Train Simulator Classic down to Tunbridge. Then we're going to take over on the Medway Valley, going up towards Strood, and then we're going to do a little stretch from Strood to Dartford, and then back on ourselves from Dartford across the southeastern high-speed route. And then we're going to end up in Dover. So it's going to be around about 5 hours long. It's going to be pretty lengthy, and there's 8 of us getting involved. So we're going to be starting off with Southerner. at London Victoria. Then we've got the British Ace joining us. He's going to be pre-recorded because he can't join us actually live because he's working, but he's going to do a little segment for us. We then got Casual Rail, who's going to come in and do the Tunbridge to Maidstone section. We then got Train Simulator Driver doing the Maidstone to Strood section. We then got Tigerways, who's coming in to do Strood to Dartford. Then we've got Jason PFC doing Dartford through to actually Rochester. Then we've got Rex Tactics, who's going to be doing Rochester to Faversham. And then myself going to be finalising at the end of the night with Faversham to Dover in Train Simulator Classic on the Chatham main line that goes down to Dover. So it should be a good bit of fun. So make sure to tune into that at 7 PM on Saturday night. So yeah, that's a little teaser for what's going on. What day will this be? The 4th of April, which is on Saturday night. Because for about 3 other people, well, I'll say 3, about 2 of the people, Train Simulator Driver and Tigerways, it will go into Easter morning. So it'll be very interesting. So yeah, that'll be that's what we're doing on Saturday night. So it's been planned miraculously. I can't think of the word, but it's going to be a good bit of fun anyway. And hopefully my Wi-Fi actually holds up to it, because last time we had a few technical issues. It will also be broadcast on some of the other creators' channels, so feel free to go and check them out. And to the other creators who have been basically under an embargo, go and post it wherever you feel like. So yeah, should be a good bit of fun. Anyway, let's do a bit of wheel action, shall we? Shall we see what's going to be the first route? We're going to try and do things. So the rules are, we want to do a service up to 30 minutes to try and fit in as many routes as possible. So hopefully, when we pick a service, we can do a 30 minutes. So, are we ready to spin? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's spin it. What's going to be the first route of tonight's stream then? Come on, wheel. Give us a good strong starting one. Oh, main tail barn. Okay, we can do that. That's fine. We can do the main tail barn, which is okay by me. I quite like the main tail barn. So let's get it, shall we? Let's get the main tail barn going. Hopefully you can get the audio all good. So that's going to be fine. It's going to be good. Yes, hopefully going to be very good. So main tail barn is somewhere. Main tail barn. There we go. Let's have a little look at what we can do then. We can do anything here. We've got something that's around 30 minutes. We don't actually have anything that's around 30 minutes, annoyingly. We've got 36 minutes. That might be the best that we can do. Possibly. 33 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. 33 minutes. That's fine. We'll do that. We'll do that one. Doing a bit of light clouds. Let's do that, shall we? We're not doing any PZB or LZB or anything like that, because I quite frankly can't be bothered, and it will turn into a much longer stream than it needs to be. Evening, Sheepman. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, thank you. My 4-day working week is over, although it's felt like longer than that. Yeah, time to chill out and have a good Easter weekend and eat plenty of chocolate. Not that I do that already. So let's put that in. Let's release the handbrake. Let's do that. Cool. Unlock the doors. Need to turn all the keys and stuff on. Let's do that. Cool. Put that into forwards. Awesome. And here we are. Nice. So I quite like this Wheel of Doom situation, because it can give us some very random routes that we'd never really think about. The Class 378 doesn't show up on the Class 805 timetable. Does it not? It should do. Have you got the Class 710? Yes, it's going to be a good journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hoping that my bandwidth can hold up to it. And if it's a disaster, well, then it's a disaster, isn't it? So I've also just clocked that there's a route hopping point here. Didn't realise there was one of them there. I'm guessing that is going to the what's it? I'm guessing that's there for what's it called? Main Spec barn, which is interesting. Good live stream, thank you very much. Yeah, you have the 710. How many spins are you aiming for? Well, we've got, if we say half an hour, if we do 2 per hour, and I'm streaming for about 3 or 4 hours, so about 8 spins. We could try and do some shorter ones to make up for it, and try and do as many spins as we can. But I'm aiming for around 6 to 8. But there's no rush. No rush at all. Good stuff. I'm well, thanks. I'm hoping to be back at the railway again this Saturday, since I last mentioned a couple of months ago. I'm now officially training to be a volunteer guard. Nice. I'm a little bit jealous. I'd love to be a guard. Love to do it. I feel like I've got that friendly face. This is the best live stream ever, and it's only just started. It's going to be it's going to get much better. You do own the 710? I'm not sure. Then we'll have a little look at it. You doing a service on the BML? Nice. Has anyone picked up the Class 90? Oh, we're going to do a stream on the Class 90 tonight, but I realised I want to do a bit of a longer stream tonight because I've not really done much lengthy streams in the last few weeks, and the 90 is very limited. There's 15 service, of which it's all on the West Coast Mainline South, so I thought I can't really make a stream out of this. I could, like, if we get the West Coast Mainline South, we'll do the Class 90. I might even put the Class 90 on there as an option, just so it can pick it. But yeah, it's one of them. We're gonna do a designated stream for it, but there's also a few issues with it at the minute, and apparently, you know, my first reaction where I didn't spot any bugs on it is a cause for me being a shill and being disloyal. So is what it is. I've seen plenty of comments today, peeps. Oh my goodness gracious me, I've seen some good ones. Apparently I'm a shill. Apparently I'm overly positive. Whatever. I don't care. You follow me on social media. Thank you very much. Got a big shout out to the Instagram people. Who have in the last week we've had about 150 new followers on Instagram, which is quite cool. To do that Medway Valley video that I did. You upgraded to a PS5 yesterday, and it's so much better than the PS4. I picked up some routes on discount, and they are amazing. Medway, Birmingham Crew, Manchester Airport Commuter, and West Coast Mainline Shap. We're up to 90. What is your favourite train sim world so far? I quite like the Voyager. I'm a big fan of the Voyager. I don't like riding them in real life, but because they are so realistic to their in real life counterpart, obviously. Yeah, I quite like them. I quite like it in Train Sim World. It's also one of the most versatile Loco DLCs, in my opinion. You get the most gameplay out of it. You're waiting for your new internet because I hate my internet. Rex knows how much of a pain it has been for me. Yeah, it's not been the fastest of things for me, the internet. I have recently upgraded to a gigabyte line, so hopefully I have gone from a 250 meg to a, well, I say 250 meg on my computer is about 150, and it's now I think around about 600 and something. I'll have to have a check. Said people are pricks. Yeah. There's been one in particular who's been going to other people's channels and making comments. I find it quite funny. It's like, you really got nothing else to do. It's better with your time. In its current state, the Class 90 is god awful in most places. Yeah. So the situation with the 90 is that I haven't. If I'm 100% honest. All I've done with the Class 90 is film that video on it and I give it a bit of a go, and I enjoyed it from that first look. I just haven't had the time to do a full length freight run. I just haven't had the time at all. So from my initial reaction, and obviously up until Monday, I recorded my reaction a couple of days before Monday. So because I didn't have that much gameplay time on it, I've mainly used it for content purposes, which isn't normally my way, but just I've had to do like loads of overtime, so I just haven't had a chance to properly play it. So because of that, I didn't know what bugs were in it. I was, after I'd done my recording and whilst I was prepping for it to go live on Monday, I didn't get informed, but I think one of the other ambassadors made a comment about the AWS not working, but that was on the PlayStation. I'd not tested on the PlayStation, to be honest. So it's a funny one because my actual genuine first look is usually I try and make my first look my first reaction for sure, because I don't really want to fake first reaction. So what you saw was what I initially saw, and I quite liked it. But I am aware that there's a few things with it, and I know that Alan Thompson's come out and said some stuff, and whether it gets fixed, yeah, is another thing. Sheepman, I'm going to be honest, I did get it, but I decided to get it refunded. You're a console user, yeah, there you go. Just doesn't feel release ready, and I may pick it up again when it has more timetabled services. Yeah, my initial disappointment was the lack of timetabled services, in my opinion. But yeah, I think it's certainly one that's a bit contentious at the minute, and it's a reason why I haven't actually made my first thoughts on it, because I haven't really given it that much of a go. And as much as it's a good looking thing, I agree, it's not quite ready for release. I feel like if I made a piece of content out of it, it may be a bit controversial. It's 3 days into your birthday. Happy birthday for 3 days' time. You've got a moaning cat with me. Hopefully she sits down and has a sleep. Yeah, prior to me starting, my oldest cat was... Do you know when you let him in somewhere because they're trying to scratch to get in? You'll let him in, you'll shut the door, and they'll scratch to get out. Yeah, pain in the ass. So yeah, she's now settled, which is good. You'd recommend Train Sim Society videos? Would you now? Would you now, Dex? I wouldn't. Yes, Rex understands Sam's concern. Happy early birthday, Samsung Squid. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Wish tomorrow was a holiday at work now, but I'm glad I could join you for this. Yeah, I'm in the very privileged position to work in an office, so I have bank holidays off, which is quite nice. Can you please talk to me right now, my friend? Hello, how you doing, Castlebear? Have you played Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor? Yes, there is a Wonders of Sodor video coming out tomorrow, but it's not it's not what you would expect. How you doing, Joshua Summers? I saw that you followed me on Facebook. I wasn't able to get the Class 90 when it first came out, but hopefully when I do pick it up, it'll be after April 7th. The Class 90 is fixed, or is fixed shortly after. Do you like the Class 700 or the 717 better? I'm mostly familiar with the 700, so I'm going to say that. What is the next DLC route or add-on for Train Sim World 6? I think, technically speaking, it's that DBBR 147 that should have come out this week. If I'm honest, I've been so busy with work and I've been not really focusing on what's been going on Train Sim World-wise, so I don't know my arse from my elbow, really. I don't know what's come out, what's going on, where's going what. With the 147, we got the keys earlier this week, and obviously some of the ambassadors have showcased it. I haven't got round to recording my video on it, and I'm kind of glad I haven't, because it's not released yet. Your birthday was on Sunday. Well, happy birthday for Sunday. Or Sunday just gone. Surprised the Class 90 doesn't layer into West Coast Mainline Preston to Carlisle or West Coast Mainline Birmingham to Crewe. Yeah, you'd think it would, but it doesn't, and that's a bit of a shame, because it's primarily a West Coast loco, isn't it? So it's a bit of a random addition. This is the thing, right? ATS have released some quite potentially popular add-ons. Manchester Airport Commuter is a really good route, but it needs to go to Crewe. It's not gonna, but it needs to go to Crewe. And the Class 90, one of the most highly requested loco DLCs, and it's not lived up to the hype. So yeah, I can kind of... It's one of them, like, they're doing really good popular stuff, but not doing it as well as people want it to be. You've done some development on my game, might make a cheeky little teaser video on my channel soon. Oh yes, the Roblox one. Yeah, make sure to pop an update in the thingy, in the Discord. Talking of which, whilst we're here, very quickly press a link to the Discord, because we can. Let's I mean, crazy car fever despite not having one. I've seen too many videos on social media. Crazy car fever? What do you mean by crazy car fever? Is this Train Simulator? It is indeed. Well, it's Train Sim World. Do you have beef with TSS? I don't have beef with TSS. I just think I've got my opinions on TSS, and I have never spoken or interacted with the guy in any way, shape, or form. If anything, he's actually done me a favour because he wants to give me a shout out. But I don't fully agree with his opinions, and I feel like our views on Train Sim World would conflict. And I think his opinions on Train Sim World cause a very easily influenced group of people to then come and attack the likes of myself and the other ambassadors, and I don't think it's fair. So it's not really TSS himself I have the issue with, it is the content he releases and then subsequently the abuse we get afterwards. Because we get a whole swarm of comments about we're this, we're that, we're this, we're that, we're dishonest and all this sort of bollocks. And I've seen it today, and it kind of, I've got relatively thick skin and it don't really bother me, but at the end of the day, it can also be reduced. Do you know what I mean? What route do you want to see in Train Sim World? I'd like to see all sorts of stuff. I would like to see a lot of highly requested stuff by the community. Things like some Southwestern Railway routes would be awesome, and I think I'd love to see more northern stuff. So, you know, quite a lot of room to work with there. Personally, the likes of the Chase line, I'd like to see maybe the Harrogate Loop line, more East Coast Main Line, because we've got pretty much most of the West Coast Main Line now. North Wales Coastline, I think North Wales Coastline would be a silly one not to have in the game. It'd be like a Welsh Riviera. It'd be nice. Catch you later, Castlebird. Thank you for coming in. Much appreciate it. What's your thoughts on my fake BR sneak peek of the 185? Was that you that did that? Are you from the UK? I am indeed, Castlebird. I am indeed. How you doing, Gerald? Welcome in. It's the West Coast Mainline South launch issue all over again. Well, not necessarily. The thing is with the launch issue, it wasn't that bad. There was some things that needed ironing out for sure, but it wasn't that bad. Manchester Airport commuter is good at Manchester Piccadilly for train spotting. You've joined the link. You've joined the Discord server. Well, welcome aboard to the Discord server. Hope you're doing absolutely splendid. You really want a modern route involving a Class 185 in Train Sim World, maybe another Transpennine one. Yeah, again, something like that. I would agree. Maybe like a Hope Valley line would be awesome. Hey Eddie the creator. Hey Richie, it's my first comment on one of your streams. I'm going to play Train Sim World 6. Should I drive the Class 710 or the Class 378? 710. I prefer the 710 over the 378. Eddie Lee, welcome in. You can't join because you don't have a Discord account. No worries, no worries. In the future, will we see another London Underground route in Train Sim World 6 like the Jubilee line? I don't know. The way things are going, I don't see it happening. I have my theories, and I have I have my theories, and I don't think there is going to be tube stuff in Train Sim World per se. Yeah. No one who speaks to him is AI. Yeah, well, it's one of them. A lot of people say he's AI generated. He's a genuine person. I think he just writes all the scripts with AI. I can't actually comment when it comes to AI because I use AI as well. I never noticed the spelling error, Cat, from when you were talking about it earlier. What spelling error? Did I spell something wrong? Or did you? Did anyone see the? I saw something on the forums earlier of like an April Fool's tease, and it was it someone like posted an image, a work in progress image claiming to be from the Piccadilly line or something like that. I can't remember what it was now. There's something on the forums that I found was quite funny. East Coast Main Line, York to Newcastle, Durham coastline would be nice. Yes, definitely more East Coast Main Line. You'd like to see Birmingham New Street to Milton Keynes via Northampton route set with the 730s. Yeah, I think that would be a good one. I think that would. We've obviously got the other section of the West Coast Main Line, so why not, you know, fill in the missing gap? You'd want to see the US Big Boy. I'd love to see the Class 185 in Train Sim. Do you know what? I would like to see TransPennine Express, to be honest. I think it'd be really good. Right, and then back. It's very difficult because it takes like 2 weeks to light bait the tunnels. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's... And this is why... My theory is, like, I'll obviously go into it. This is all purely speculation, but they're making a procedurally generated Unreal Engine 5 subway game in the form of Metro Rivals. Obviously, that's all mostly underground, and people would then say, well, if they're doing an underground game in Unreal 5, could they then bring this tech into Train Sim World? I think everyone keeps saying, well, what will happen to Train Sim World with Unreal Engine 5? I feel like there'll be a new game that will be a bit similar to Subway Sim, but I reckon it'll be like Dovetail's take on a Metro simulator, which could involve likes of the London Underground, Berlin Underground, Berlin U-Bahn, shall I say, New York Subway. You know, they've got good licenses with Deutsche Bahn, TfL, and MTA. Like, there's your 3 core routes, and then you've got them all underground. I feel like it could be quite nice, and then Train Sim World could still exist in its own thing. That's my little bit of speculation. That they're obviously testing something with Metro Rivals, and it would make sense that if you were testing procedurally generated environments in an underground setting, that you'd be able to put this into a simulator. TPE 185 in Train Sim World, definitely. You prefer the 730s or the 323s? The 323s because I'm mostly familiar with them. You'd love to see a Northern Class 158 in Northern livery. The issue with that, though, is that it wouldn't go anywhere. It would only sub in for the ScotRail ones on Manchester Airport Commuter, which would be a bit pointless. It'd have to come to a route of some kind. And if that were the case, you couldn't really have the Harrogate Loop. I don't know where a 158 would, a Northern 158 would just sit by itself. You really want the mild Mail Line Richmond extension so I can visit all the stations in London? You'd love to see the Windrush line? Have you heard that there are new trains coming to the Piccadilly line in London? Is that their 2024 stock? You want to see the Chiltern Main Line with the 165s and the 168s? Yeah, I think that would be a good one, to be fair, Chiltern Main Line. What remasters would you like next, excluding BML, as that's everyone's request? I don't know. I think... Do you know what? I think one thing that we've not seen is any of the old school 80s routes being remastered. Things like TVL and Northern TransPennine. They'd be awesome to be remastered. I think definitely TVL would be quite good. Because, well, all the Just Train stock would go into it. So I think there'd be some good ones. Maybe some of the older German stuff. You know, we've obviously got a lot of the American stuff remastered. We've only got one remastered German route, so I think maybe Rapid Transit would be quite nice. I'd quite like to see that, and also Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr, maybe with an extension to is it Duisburg, something like that. I think that'd be quite nice. Count me in for a TPE 185, that would be incredible. Yeah, I would like to see some TPE stuff. Good evening, Richie. How you doing, Applewood Twig? I love Wheel of Doom streams. Yes, the Wheel of Doom. The Wheel of Doom. UE4 to UE5 is incredibly hard to do, sadly, so would require a full game rework. Well, this is what I'm thinking, right? You know, if they wanted to go to Unreal Engine 5 for Train Sim World, yes, it may be a case of starting from the beginning. However, you don't need to start from the beginning when you've got a whole host of third parties working on the game, as we've seen, and then just branch into a new type of train simulation, which is subways, which we don't actually have. We've got Subway Sim and other metro simulators, but we've not got like a London Underground, we've not got an Unreal Engine 5 London Underground simulator. How cool would that be? How you doing, Mr. Fishy? Hope you're doing well. I pay on TVL when 7:30s are missing from the 2025 timetable for West Coast Mainline South and Birmingham to Crewe. Yeah, because there's not one there. A Tees Valley remaster for definite. Yeah, I'd agree. You know where a 158 would sit well. Go on, hit me with it. A Northern 158 would fit well on my local line with the 142 and the 144 set in 2016. If they made the Tyne Valley line in Train Sim World 6, Northern 158 to 156 could work with it. So I suppose you could have the Northern 158, which is an existing. It's not an existing train, but obviously we've got the Class 158s in the game already. And then the 156 could be the new unit. That could be quite cool. You've almost finished your run from BML from Selhurst to Victoria. You'd love Derwent Valley line, but it would be too short. I'd love it to go to the Midland Main Line, Derby to Sheffield. Rapid Transit. Rapid Transit is the whatchamacallit one. The old Leipzig route. You never heard of Rapid Transit? Great route. Well, it's all right. Rapid Transit is Leipzig to Dessau or something like that, or I don't know how to pronounce it. Really, in fact, I think it's the first German route. You're off to Scotland tomorrow? Whereabouts in Scotland are you going? Your nan passed away yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that, Lee. I'm very sorry to hear that. I have recently lost a great grandparent. Not last week, a funeral last week, but a few weeks ago. So I trust me, I know the pain of losing grandparents very well. So my condolences to you. It'd be kind of cool to see the Ashington line from Newcastle to Ashington. Now all the stations are open. Is that the Northumberland line? Modern TVL 156 and 158 would be perfect as long as it heads to Bishop. Brighton Main Line with Todd 4 lighting, Class 700, Class 171. Yeah, but Freddie, we said excluding the BML. But yeah, I think BML is up there. I think BML's up there. TVL would be good. Northern Transpennine would be quite cool as well. Rapid Transit. I'm not really sure what else. Peninsula Corridor would be cool. Heck, why not even that Canadian Oakville subdivision route? Why not that? Might as well do that whilst we're at it. East Coast Mainline South in Train Sim World 6 would be cool with the 365s, 313s, 317s, 321s, 225s in 2016. Price has been made for the game now. Do not get your hopes up, not too much detail. So this is the thing. To have the Pacers come into TVL, I think the remaster would need to be done by Just Trains. And it's whether they would want to do it. Why do I see GWHSTs at Clapham Junction on the Brighton Main Line? I think they were there representing Divert way back when. It was kind of a way to kind of beef up the timetable a bit more. Arguably, I think it's a bit of a pointless layer that you can get rid of to save some performance. Are you familiar to US routes in Train Sim World 6? I'm familiar with the ones that we have in Train Sim World 6, but in terms of like any other ones that could come into it, no, not very well. I know all the New York. I've got all the New York ones. I quite like the New York ones because I have been to New York before. I very much like it. I don't like the American freight routes. Don't care for them. Rapid Transit was my favourite when it was one of the only 5 routes. Pretty much the 156 being the new loco in the 2018 timetable with the Northern Pacers. Could get perfect references for the 142 from LSL. Yeah, but the thing is, the 142 is it's a Just Trains train. So it's like with the 158, for example. If we ever want to see a different variant of the 158, Skyhook's got to do it. So that falls into if we ever wanted to see a Transport for Wales 158 or a what else have we got? Southwestern Railway 158, things like that. It would have to be done by Skyhook, I think, anyway. Should I send the latest preview? Yeah, go for it. I mean, I won't have a chance to look at it tonight because I'm doing this, and I also, depending on what time I finish, I might go straight to bed after this. So, I would say it's a good thing for them to do, as it's another place the Pacer can roam, and they can include both the 80s and the modern version of the 142s. You dislike freight, to put it mildly. I prefer it as AI. Passenger is my go-to, yeah. You want to see a Southeastern high-speed remaster with the Class 465s and the 465-0s and -1s. I don't think Southeastern high-speed's going to get a remaster. It already had a remaster because it went from the old lighting in Train Sim World 2 to the new lighting in Train Sim World 3 as part of the extended route. I think a lot of people forget that. And then you've got the even new remastered section between Gravesend and Raynham as part of the Medway Valley. So I don't see it happening again. You'd like to see the West Highland Line in Scotland? It'd look fab. Yeah, that'd be a cool one. My only concern with that is that wouldn't it be like the world's longest route? Because the whole of the West Highland Line takes 6 hours to get from one end to the other, doesn't it? Or something stupid like that. So it's one of them. It depends how you'd incorporate it. It will be in the Roblox chat. Yeah, I'll have a little look afterwards. Don't you worry. If all else fails, East Coast main line between Newcastle and York. Yeah, I think that'd be quite cool. Or why not even just stretch it down to Doncaster at this point? But yeah, I agree with you. I think York to Newcastle would be nice. I would love to see York in Train Sim World. If we don't ever see York in Train Sim World, I'd be very upset. It's like one of the key places for train history. It's gotta be in Train Sim World at some point. Do you like the Class 390 or the Class 805/807? Well, I've not driven the 807. The 805's not a bad unit, but it's an Attaché. I'm not fussed by them. I think the Pendolino is obviously the coolest. You love to see the Class 91 as a new loco. Yeah, I think the Class 91 in the City 225 would be absolutely incredible. I really would like to see that. The BML remaster with yeah, I've read that one. Sorry, Gabriel. But yeah, I agree with you. Do you reckon all the Bud Studios are sticking to Brum? Do you think Firefly are going to stick to the Southeastern network? Probably. I mean, it works really for their routes because they can all connect. You know, you can obviously have Firefly building up the Southeastern network, and as you saw from the relay that we're doing at the weekend, there is actually quite a lot of stretches they could do which are very viable routes. We were looking, do you know what, as part of the planning, and we'll discuss this in the stream on Saturday, as part of the planning we were trying to find a way to incorporate, we wanted to incorporate Medway Valley and also wanted to include Southeastern High Speed. However, out of the 8 of us, only 2 of us play TSC, and the majority of the route is TSC, because you got Victoria down to Tunbridge, that's TSC, albeit a mod, and then you've got Faversham to Dover, which is also TSC. So it's kind of 50-50, but yeah, it was very difficult trying to figure it out. I say 2 of us, sorry, 3 of us have got TSC. But yeah, it'd be interesting. We were looking at potentially doing Victoria down to Redhill and then Redhill to Tunbridge, but that's not anywhere. There's no way to do that. I don't even know if passenger services do that, like Redhill to Tunbridge in real life. So maybe, you know, Redhill through to Ashford would be really cool. But yeah, I think it'd be cool if Firefly stuck with Southeastern network. You know, could maybe build on what they've already done. Maybe. But, you know, they also might not want to be the same sort of... They maybe might not want to stick to that sort of area. If I'm correct, I think one of the main developers... Well, I think one of the developers is actually Welsh. So maybe they might be looking to do some Welsh stuff, which could be quite cool. In terms of all aboard, obviously they've done Birmingham Crew, and then they're going to do Trent Valley. So who knows where they're going to go after this? Because it's a case of, you know, could they stick to Brum? Could they do the Chase line, for example? You know, in that sort of area, it'd be cool. It'd be very cool if they built upon the Midlands network. In the same breath, though, they've got people from all across the UK. For example, Kez, I believe, is from Newcastle, so he may be interested in he might be interested in doing the East Coast Main Line. You never know. But you do find, and you've got like Rivet, who's stuck with like Scottish and Swiss stuff. You've got Just Trains that are sticking in the northwest. So normally third parties do come in and stick to a certain area. You could stretch it down to Doncaster, but lengthwise it'd be like Trent Valley. Yeah, but it wouldn't be that many stations. I think that would be better. I think Doncaster to Newcastle would be quite a good route. I think that'd make it a bit more worthy. The only issue is, and I think the reason why they didn't extend to York in the first place is because York is a massive station, and also there would be nothing to fill in the stations in between, because I think in between you've got Church Fenton, and you've got a couple of other stations as well, which are served by Northern, and obviously they aren't in the game, so it would have been empty. It would be a bit like on Brighton Main Line, them two stations north of Gatwick, nothing would call there. East Coast Main Line, Newcastle to York might not be enough, so the area to Middlesbrough to Durham coastline would be quite nice. York is a must in train sim mod, I agree. I do agree. Be cool to see. I wonder what the price of the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley will be. Probably $35.99 or something like that. No, in Dovetail. Ring a Matthew, it's not controlled by Dovetail. The pricing will probably be down to an agreement between Dovetail and all aboard. If I'm honest, an 108-mile route, I would not be against paying $32.99 for. I think that's a worthy price, to be honest. 108 miles of quite well. I mean, for example, let's be realistic. West Coast Main Line. Preston Carlisle, that was $32.99, and that was 100 miles, so I reckon it'll be about $32.99. I wouldn't be surprised anyway. I think they should make routes possible to have trains to travel across routes. If you own two DLCs that connect to each other, you can turn on a setting that means altogether it should be possible to do. Do you mean like a route merging in TSC? I think they've like investigated a way of trying to do that, and I think the way of bypassing that is just doing it through route hopping. However, I have said this before, where I'd love to be able to, like, for example, if you've got, and I mean a prime example will be, let's say for example, when the Trent Valley comes out, if you get into an 805 that then continues on the same service in the next timetable, you should have an option to say continue same head code in the next service, because surely it could link up to the head code that is in the next bit. I don't know how that would work from a technical point of view, but that would be really cool if you could then essentially seamlessly just have a bit of a loading screen and be in the same unit, a bit like how route hopping works, but you route hop in the train itself. I think that'd be a great feature. Would you like to see a 12-car 700? I would, but I don't really, other than being more realistic for the BML, I don't really quite see how how it would work. I don't think it'll be too much different to the 8-car. How about 9 3/4 from Harry Potter? So happy for Firefly that they'll probably stick to down here, high quality devs doing local routes. I'm truly lucky. They do Red Hill to Tunbridge. You're off to, you're going to head off now. Have a good rest of the evening. Thank you for coming in, Sheepman. Much appreciate it. Right. So let's get in and let's do another wheel, shall we? What's going to win next, peeps? What's going to win next? Any predictions in the chat? Where are we going next? Come on, give us a good one. Give us a good. Oh, it's just right. Trenton, happy days. We can do Trenton. Bit of American action. Why not? Why not? I'm actually quite happy with that because I quite like Trenton. It's funny enough picking services that we can't do half an hour runs on. So let's pick something that's got a quick run. I think. That's a Sunnyside Yard move. We don't really want to do that. What about Amtrak stuff? Sunnyside Yard again. We don't really want. I think it's gonna have to be. What about the Amfleet? How long the Amfleet stuff? No, might have to do an NJT, one of them. To Dover. Oh, look at that. We can go to Secaucus. Could do that. Long Branch, maybe. That's Secaucus. It's 13 minutes. 19 to Newark Penn. There we go. That works. That works nicely. Let's do that. Why not? Forgot about the wheel. Let's get back to the chat. Should I get the Medway Valley line? It's starting to lose your patience for an Xbox sale right now. And I don't think the Medway Valley would go on sale for a long time anyway, because it's only just released. I would say just get it. Just get it, you might as well. Should we blow everyone's eardrums off? There we go, everyone's now deaf. Now I don't have to turn the bell off, so there we go. Just do it that way. More opportunities to add the 156. Class 756, is that a flirt? You're going to be opening, you're going to go on to the opening of the Camp Hill line in Birmingham on Tuesday. That would be cool, wouldn't it, to have a Camp Hill line? Obviously, like, it's a new line. Adds a bit of the Birmingham network, something all the board could potentially do. We need your beloved in Train Sim World. What's that? You need to speak to Kes. 108, yes, it's 108 miles. Obviously, about 20 miles of that is what we've already got in Birmingham Crew. But I think in a standalone route, if you don't own Birmingham Crew, it's quite a lengthy bit of route. Trent Valley line looks awesome. How you doing, Kelly? Hope you're doing well. How long is the Chiltern main line from London Marylebone to Birmingham Moor Street? I don't know. I think it's quite long. It's quite a lot of stations as well. I would imagine it's around about 100 miles and quite a fair few stations. So it's something I'd probably be split into two. Someone has linked two routes together, American, if I recall correctly. Yeah, but not like you can link what you can go into one and go into the other one. The Wheel of Doom is back. What is your favourite DLC in Train Sim World, Birmingham to Crew? It's by a country mile. Could you find Respin? No, I found a service. We'll have to just deal with some American stuff. But there's watch it not pick any UK stuff tonight. But that is the Wheel of Doom. That is the glory of the Wheel of Doom. Right, let's go. Off we go. What route are we on right now? We're on the Northeast Corridor, New York to Trenton right now. And we're going from New York Penn to Secaucus Junction. No, to Newark Penn even. Still over 80 miles, yeah. But don't get it twisted, right? The reason why it's such a long route is because there's not that many stations. So people will say, well, how can Birmingham to Crewe is only 50 miles and blah, 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 whatever else. It's because you've got to weigh up station density and mileage. The more stations you've got, the less mileage, because obviously you've got to build all these stations. It also depends on the complexity of stations as well. Like, for example, we're going back to Peterborough Doncaster. Peterborough and Doncaster, albeit not overly complicated, are still pretty big stations. And then, of course, you've got the other ones in between. But then you've also got to bear in mind it's an 80-something mile route. So that is making up for the lack of stations. You then add another 20 miles on top of that, and then York Station. That's a lot of dev time. SCR has been scamming people, again charging 3k points through the 387 on Connect when the 377 is nearly half the price. Is that just people buying the wrong thing? Some pretty poor picks from the Mr. Wheel of Doom. But that's the Wheel of Doom for you. That you never know what it's going to pick. It's like the other night when we did it a few weeks ago. I was just about to finish up and it picked Birmingham to Crewe, and I thought, well, I have to play this now. Did you watch Artemis 2's launch last night? I did indeed. I'm quite interested in... I wouldn't want to go to space, and space scares me somewhat, but it's still quite cool to watch a launch for potentially humans going to the moon more regularly. I think that'd be quite cool. Will we probably get American freight runs like a Home Pass or Sam Patch? No, because I've not got them installed. I've intentionally installed stuff that I'm not going to play because, in my opinion, if I'm not going to play it, then I don't see the point in taking up my SSD for something I'm not going to play that often. I tell you what I did do the other day though. I did a nice 2-hour long run on Morristown. I really enjoyed that. The ALP 45 is really nice to drive. Much better than this thing. Does anyone know if we will finally get a sale on the Xbox soon now that there is a spring sale live? Been waiting forever as all platforms have had loads of sales. Xbox just don't have sales. And that's nothing to do with Dovetail, by the way. That is just Xbox. How on earth was I able to spawn the Rainbow Class 395 back to back? Well, I don't know. Magic. We're not going to check the timetable for the 378. Oh, sorry. I will remind me at the end of this service. Sorry, I completely forgot. I'll make sure to remind myself. This is a bit of a shorter run, this, anyway. Your streams are cool. Thank you, Train Friends. Much appreciate that. You really like SCR. It's just so laggy on both PlayStation and console, which is the main reason I play BR more. I don't play Roblox at all on the console because SCR crashes all the time on the PlayStation 5. Miami has RichyRail, so how about that? Well, I think it'd be cool to see Miami in the game. I did predict last year that we potentially could see the West Palm Beach line. I would love to see that. It's a pretty big event for me and my dad. Hell, he wasn't even alive for the 1972 launch. And shockingly, I was not born at the same time as my father. I know, shocking. Well, yeah, it's funny you say that because, yeah, 1972, my parents weren't born. Anyone that I know, well, I say anyone that I know, obviously, like, even, you know what, even my granddad, even my nan and my granddad were just about born. They were born in the late 60s. You selected a stopwalk to Manchester run, and it spawned me at a random station. Yeah, it does that for some reason. I don't know why. That's a known issue. When can we have expert locos outside Germany? I would love to see a British or an American expert loco. What train would you like to be expert? You quit playing SCR and Roblox months ago. Papa Palpatine back again. Who's Palpatine? My friend has a PS5 and his crashes on the PR and SCR. Yeah, I gave up with it. When I started making content on SCR and BR, I started on the PlayStation. And my God, it was not a fun experience at all. Imagine expert class 150. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? The 150 would be very temperamental if it's an expert loco. Just wouldn't run. There's nothing expert about a class 150, let's be realistic. My top 3 favourite routes in Train Sim World. Starting in number 3, I keep thinking of a suggestion, but I can't really think of anything. But my top 2 are Birmingham Cross City and Birmingham Crewe, obviously. It's gonna be a spad question mark. Ah, of course it does that. Of course it does that. You chuck on all your brakes and it changes. Remember that I told you one more spin? Oh, yeah.
The next station stop is Secaucus. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
They shouldn't have announcements. Interesting. Okay. I might have picked the Morristown version, and if I did, the Morristown version works on Trenton, which is a bit of a surprise. The APT or the HST would be very cool. Star Wars talk, got ya. 375 is expert, if I recall correctly. Yeah, well, technically speaking, yeah, that's an expert loco as well. Stop here. An expert 87 or 86 would be really cool. I mean, they're basically experts anyway.
This station stop is
Secaucus. The villain from Star Wars. Gotcha. You went train spotting today and a Class 170 crossover honked at you. Oh, they both honked. Nice. Your Voyager is rammed full. Yep, typical. Top 3 are Southeastern High Speed, Great Western Express, Remaster, and Medway Valley Line. I would probably go as far to say that Great Western Express there is up there in my top 3. I think. My third spot is always a difficult one because at one time it was Fife, and then it was Cardiff, and then it was all sorts of other stuff. I think at the minute I'd probably say it's either Medway or Stamford. I quite like both of those roads. Right, once we get up to speed, I'm gonna shut my window and turn my light on because it's a bit dark in here now. Oh, the cat's sleeping. Oh, morning. Hello, honey. Oh, she's awoken from her nap. You've been napping. You've been sleeping and napping, have you? Have you been napping and slapping? Why is that like that, you big old flump? Should I take a picture of you for Mummy? I'm back up to speed. Oh yeah, the 805 has announcements on on West Coast Main Line South. Yeah, I think it's because I've picked the Morristown one. What say? Watch the gap. I'd be bored as hell. Oh no, you should have done a bingo night. My disappointment is unimaginable, and my day is ruined. I'm sorry, it was just not on the agenda. You'd love to see New York to Long Beach and Bayhead. Do you like the Jubilee line or the Northern line? I don't have much experience of either, so I don't know. Gone a bit too quick here. It's fine. Don't matter. For America, I'd like to see an expert ST70 or ES44. Those diesel locos with computers could be interesting. Yeah, but I don't feel like people would be interested in like a expert freight loco. There might be. Who knows? I say that, and the 145 is a freight loco. I'm going to head off now. Nice being here, Richie, but sorry I couldn't stay on longer. No worries, Samsung. Hope you're doing well, and hope you I hope you do well, and yeah, hopefully catch you in the next stream on Saturday. Should stay 1.25 meters away from the gap and stay within that position of safety until the train is stopped. Pingu, how you doing? The Medway Valley line is very realistic since it's my local route and it looks exactly the same as real life. Well, that's what they try and aim to do. It is a simulator. I have had a lot of comments of people saying that this doesn't look realistic. This is 2 inches out of place. You'll be 2 inches out of place if you carry on. I call the Voyagers vomiters. Because they smell like that, don't they? Well, that's cool. Look at that. I've never seen that before. That's quite cool. Never seen that before. I'm going to take a picture of that. Bear in mind, this is Trenton. This isn't Morristown. Unless I've accidentally picked Morristown. That's very cool. I like that. Very cool little shot there. You saw the 805 yesterday. I have seen an 805 once before, at York, of all places. How about the Inspiration train? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Well, if we are talking about Bank Station, you might have to bring a portable ramp with you. Bank Station? Oh, you bought it. I thought you said you saw it. My bad. How you doing, Owen? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I can say with confidence that the Medway is very good, especially the track. Nice shot. Good, isn't it? You often get some good ones like that. An American expert American freight loco is something I would genuinely be afraid of. It's like the guy she tells you not to worry about. My goodness, I'd blow up the train before leaving the yard. Yeah, I don't really care for expert trains. It's the German trains I worry about being experts. You've got to worry about expert planes. Oh, you don't say that. You don't say that. Why are we playing New York Trenton? Because that's not what the wheel picked. So we're doing this thing called Wheels Choice, which I'll pull up now. This is the wheel. It's got every single route I've got installed at the moment, and this is what it picked. So we're just letting it choose. I think they should also add the 375-9 since some of them run through Paddock Wood. I think there was discussions in, I think British Ace did a stream with one of the devs, and they said that basically I think they need to do some work on the 375-9 before it can come in. German trains don't like me. You just got Birmingham to Crewe. Good choice. Good choice. At least with American trains, they don't scream at you in an angry German voice. You still have tinnitus from that. The good old Wheel of Doom. The good old Wheel of Doom. We love it. We love the Wheel of Doom. We need a Class 70. Well, funnily enough, if you've been paying attention to the road maps, Bingo, your wish will be granted very soon. Don't know how soon, but very soon. Expert trains are not meant to be for the casual. You need to put time and effort into learn them, take care of them. Right, into Newark. Cab equipped with audio and video recording system. You'd expect nothing less from expert locos. How long is this New York to Trenton scenario? We're coming. It's just to Newark Penn. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna check your 805 710 378 situation, and we're gonna spin the wheel again. Rapid fire. Hopefully something new on the April roadmap. Oh bloody hell! I forgot it was April, to be honest. That'll be. Hopefully we see something. I mean, a lot of the 0 to 3 month stuff is all released now, hasn't it? So there's only a few DLC left. I don't imagine they'll add too much new to it though, because there is still a whole bunch of content to release that was mentioned in the season reveals. You said that the lack of an April Fool's roadmap. The reason why there was an April Fool's roadmap last year is because it fell on a Tuesday, and they'll try and do roadmaps on a Tuesday or a Thursday. And also, I think we had quite a late roadmap this month. In March. So if you have 3 weeks between one roadmap and the other, you're not really gonna have much added. It's why, for example, because they used to be every 2 weeks. Those who'll know will know that roadmaps were every 2 weeks, but they found that the roadmaps were getting a bit too repetitive. Not really much was added to them, so they changed them to monthly. You should install the ALP horn submod. It changes the ALP horn to the ALP45 horn, which is better and more realistic. I'll try and run as much stuff vanilla as possible. But yeah, I'll have a little look into that. I don't really care for sound mods. I'm not really. It's why I don't buy sound or enhancement stuff from AP for TSC. I don't really care. Like, it sounds like it sounds, and it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. I don't think the roadmap will fall on Tuesday because that's the day after Bank Holiday weekend, so I'd expect it to be probably Thursday. I'm not sure though. That's even if it is next week. Right, you wanted me to check this class 805 timetable, so let me have a little look for you so we can get to the bottom of what's going on. Let me do it in A to Z because I can then see what's going on. Let's have a look. West Coast Main Line, South. Got everything going on here. Where's my 90 gone? Where's my 90 gone? Oh. Well, I haven't got my 90 installed apparently. That's interesting. Don't know where that's gone. Weird. I did have that installed. Anyway, don't matter. Evero. I don't have the 378 either. It's just the 710. Yeah, it's not there. No, the 378 doesn't come into the timetable, which I never realised, to be honest. It's in the original. There you go. It's in the original. Right. Cool. Next wheel. Let's see what's going to win next. Come on, peeps. Any predictions? What's the wheel going to pick? Come on. Come on, wheel. Give us something good. Give us something good. Something UK, please. Oh, what a stellar choice. What a stellar choice. Yeah. Go on, Wheel of Doom. It's done good. It's done good. Right. Let's do it. Let's bloody do it. This is where everyone comes in now. Where is it? London Brighton. This is where I don't have it installed. London Brighton. There we go. Nice. Right. That's the mod. Don't be panicking. Well, I am meaning to do a video on that at some point. Right. Let's have a look what we can do. I want to do something that's about half an hour. Selhurst to Victoria. Let's do that. Let's do that, shall we? Let's do a stopper, because I've not done a stopper on this for a long time. We're also going to do this in Just Clear. Why not? Why not? Let's do that. Let's do that. Cool. It's a really tight timetable. Yeah, it's fine though. It's okay. Nice. Right then. Let's have a look. Please show all the installed DLC. That's what whatever was on that wheel white bread was what I've got installed. I don't get why people complain about some routes like the Medway Valley line having all the features and some doesn't, but in Train Sim World 2 we would never expect all that stuff. Well, this is the thing. I think no matter what, people are going to complain. It could be the best DLC with 0 bugs and someone will say it's too expensive, or that you can't please everyone, unfortunately. You're really looking forward to another London Underground or Thameslink route? Stupid ads. Sorry, Alex. I've turned ads on the streams. Well, on some of the streams. So you know, I've got to earn that. I've got to earn that penny. Got to earn that penny. No, in reality, there's pretty much ads on everything now. YouTube's always got ads on stuff. Now we're in the new financial year. I think we'll see a gap of releases. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I think the influx, the massive influx of releases have been mainly because it's getting to the end of the financial year, and also Dovetail always have a lot of stuff released in September and March. They've always done that. Don't know why, but they always have done. So I'm not overly surprised, but it's also because there's third parties involved who also want to earn stuff before the financial year. So I get it. The Evero timetable is set after the 378s leave the Watford DC line. Ah, right, there you go. So that's actually realistic. Yes, a lot of love for BML. A lot of love for BML. You've just done a Selhurst to Victoria. Funnily enough, the other option was to do this section for the Southeastern Relay, but it wouldn't be a Southeastern train. You having a little break in your Train Sim World shifts? Oh, you did the service an hour before me. I like the stoppers because you get overtaken by a lot of stuff. What about the West Coast Main Line? If it gets picked, Clay, we'll do the West Coast Main Line for sure. It's the wheel's choice. It's nothing to do with me. What does the Class 313 do on the BML? I think it does empty coach stop movement. You enjoyed the Medway Valley line. It's very good. Richie, what's your opinion on the backlash towards your video on the Class 90? I've seen it. I don't care, to be honest. I've made my point of it was my first initial reaction, and if you don't like my honest initial reaction prior to me finding out any bugs, I don't think you can criticise me for that. To then call me a shill is just typical shithousery from people who are, you know, DC whatever his name is fans and whatever else. Like it's Mr. Whoever. Like I'm not bothered. I'm not really asked. Someone called me dim. Someone was like, you must be you're either very easily pleased or dim, and I put as a joke, you know, they're blatantly trying to hate on me, and I'm like, well, a bit of both. I'm not exactly the brightest bulb of the bunch, but I don't care. I've got my opinion, and my opinion is I like it. I like the 90. And people will say, oh yeah, you got it for free. Well, yeah, I did. Doesn't mean I'm not going to like it. Regardless of whether I get something for free, doesn't determine whether I like it or not. Just means I've saved a few quid in my bank. But just because I get something for free doesn't mean I'm going to absolutely promote it to high hell and say it's the best thing in the world. Because the 90 isn't the best thing in the world. It needs work. And I found out that it needed work after I made that video. So I'm not going to scrap half an hour's worth of footage, which has taken my time to film, to then just to appease some people and be, well, I found a bug in it. No, I've recorded my first look on it. That is my first look. It's called a first look for a reason. And that was my first initial opinion. And I make first look content to... I show you what's in the DLC. I try not to praise it too much unless I really, really like it. But I'm kind of showing you what's in the DLC. I'm not really trying to give too much of an opinion, to be honest. It's very much, this is what you get. This is my first reaction to it. Because in most cases, I don't even jump into it and know how to drive the train. Unless it's really, really complicated. My favourite DLCs are Morristown Line, Birmingham to Crewe, Great Western Express, Suffragette Line, and the Peak Forest, and New York Trenton. Yeah, Peak Forest is alright. It's not my favourite. It's a beautiful route, but it's not really got that good of a timetable. You'd love to see Hastings in Train Sim World. I were looking, for this Southeastern Relay, I were looking at different Southeastern routes, and I think the Hastings line, which I think is Hastings to Tunbridge, I think. No, not the Hastings line, sorry. The 1066 line. I think that'd be brilliant. We could drive along and go 0800 00 1066. Strange how we thought of that. It's all down to the Wheel of Doom, that's it. This live stream's so much fun to watch. Totally agree, Richie. You can't find all the bugs within a 20-minute gameplay. I'm sure if you spotted those, you would have been pointing them out. Well, this is the thing. In the video, and I don't think people have watched the video, because I literally jump in. I only drive the thing for 2 stations, and I say, I'm just going to get a feel for the train. Because, well, I didn't have the time to do a 40-minute run. That's not my style. And I was going to do a live stream on it on Monday night, but there was whole sorts of other stuff going on. I was busy. I had work. I then couldn't discover what was, and then by that point, everyone's saying, "Oh, it is what it is." But you'll notice I've not done my first thoughts on the Class 90 because I'm gonna do my first thoughts, but I haven't experienced the bugs from it because I haven't experienced any bugs. So for me to say yes, there's bugs with it, well, I don't know. I've not experienced that. I literally showed you what you get in the DLC. I then showed you what you get in terms of liveries. I do even say in the video that each of the interiors are the exact same and you don't have an engine room, which is obviously not great, but that's reflected in the price. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually do. I'm not overly positive. I say, oh, the interior is a bit the same. Is what it is, though. Like, I'm not trying to not show you something. I'm literally showing you what I'm seeing. I've jumped into it. Yeah, I've jumped into it. I've seen that they're all the same livery. Is what it is. It's seen all the same interior. Okay, well that's what you get. And if you've decided to pick that up after you've seen something you don't like, that's your fault. This live stream's so much fun to watch. You don't own the 313. I think you should get it. It's a good bit of fun. I superbly respect your backbone. I would certainly fold and re-record. No, people can have. No matter what you do on the internet, the people are going to have an opinion because there's things called keyboard warriors, and there's been one particular person I've seen that's been commenting on other people's videos. You go for it, right? I don't care. If you want to go to other people saying RichyRail does this and he does that, does this, let them come and check out my channel and make them make them have an opinion. If you don't like the Class 90, fine. Doesn't mean that I don't have to dislike the Class 90 either. And this is the situation that annoys me with TSS. Because he'll have his opinions, and then his fan base will also develop that opinion regardless of what they initially thought. So, because of the opinion that he's now spread onto those people, they then use that opinion of his to come and attack other people. Prime example with the Class 90. So, my opinion is, yes, I like it. It's fine. Like, the 90s, it looks cool. It's a good bit of fun to drive. I've not experienced bugs on it. That is my honest opinion. I don't care. It does bother me slightly, but not enough to delete the video and start again. Because, to be quite frank, I can't be arsed. People type before they watch, unfortunately. Well, exactly. What are you doing next? Whatever the wheel decides. The thing is, haters will continue to hate, and people will not agree with your opinion. The best thing is to not give them what they want and just ignore them. Well, this is why I go back to them with a jokey comment, and when they say it's full of bugs, well, go and get some bug killer then. Do you know what I mean? Go and get some, I don't know, some ant killer or some stupid shit like that. Do you know, I'm not bothered. Raiding to Bristol would be nice with more Great Western Railway stuff. You bought the Birmingham to Crewe route full price, and that's sad because it didn't have a discount for like half a year, and I just got tired of waiting. I've done that before. I've done that many times. I did that with the 5 Circle because some of you may know The 5 circle I thought was horrendous at first. I never picked it up. How you doing, Renfitch? Hope you're doing well. The Class 90 is a good DLC. Annoying and acknowledge button not working, but will be fixed soon. And it doesn't stop it from being a good thing. Nothing game breaking, and it all should be addressed. Well, it has been addressed. It's been addressed from ATS themselves. So, and this is the thing I feel like people... It really bloody winds me up because, like, yeah, there is a lot of DLC that is bugged in Train Sim World, but there's... I saw something the other day that Microsoft went down because there was some bug in their coding. And that's bloody Microsoft. And it caused, like, loads of situations to happen. I mean, right, look at Google. Those of you who know that someone pressed the wrong button and it bugged the YouTube chat for millions of people. And that's bloody Google. So you're expecting Dovetail, who have about probably 0.001% of the staff, to not have bugs in software. Are you actually stupid? Are you actually thick? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, no matter what, there's going to be bugs in software, because that is the joys of software. In fact, technically speaking, in order for software to develop, it's a bug. You bug things. Like, for example, for a train, you're trying to do something to it to make it do something. You got the Medway Valley, best choice. It's a really good route. Yeah, it is a really good route. What also people, like, haters comment is that they've failed to watch other content, because literally the previous DLC, which was like Stamford, I said, not worth the money. Get it on a sale. And then everyone then disagreed with me and said, no, this is a good DLC. I'd pay the 32 quid. Can't bloody win, can I? Welcome back, Great Croydon. Hope these ads are skippable. I mean, I've always had ads on my videos. So, unless I've changed the setting by accident, but... I think you always get ads. I think you get ads if you refresh. Or I think if you've been watching for a certain amount of time as well. It always does it. Bug killer, yeah. You know, fly spray. Get some of that shit. Some people just find one tiny piece to comment on and say it's bad, like a blade of grass clipping in a corner of a platform. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. No matter what you do. At the end of the day, can you drive the train? Yes. Sure, AWS not working isn't great. I get that. That needs fixing. I 100% agree that needs fixing. That shouldn't be a case. But in most cases, the bugs are like floating trees. So what? It's a bit of an immersion breaker, but it's bloody trees. I don't care. I'm really not arsed. Like, the train moves and it does what it should do. People say, yeah, sounds this and whatever else. Well, are you going to go hook yourself up to a train and try and record it? Are you well? So they've tried the best. In my honest opinion, anyway. And I always say, if you think you can do better. Become a third party. Simple as. And some third parties have come through and done it. My favourite route is the Isle of Wight. In my opinion, it gets a bit repetitive and boring quite quickly. Yeah, but that's just the nature of the route, isn't it? Better catch than gremlins as someone who fed them after midnight. Fine line between constructive criticism and abuse. I've seen a lot of latter in the recent years. Evening, by the way. Yeah, people come in and... people easily hide behind their internet personas. And it is what it is. I'm not bothered. Good evening, Crazy. How you doing? Why don't you talk to Train Sim Society on a live or something? He's been piping up. You need to settle him down. I'd be happy to speak to him. I don't think he'd care to, because he's a massive content... Well, not massive content creator, but he's a much bigger content creator than myself. I mean, like I say, I've never spoke to him. I've had no reason to speak to him. And, you know, if he knows that I exist, because he's actually mentioned me in one of his videos. It's not necessarily... he's got good intentions. His content is just clickbaity, reporter sort of stuff. That's just how he rolls. Fine, is what it is. There's some content creators that are out there who, that are haters for Dovetail, and they are blatantly only refunding the content straight afterwards. and that is their marketing strategy. You'll know who exactly I'm on about. Why did you think the 5 circle was horrible? It has good scenery. Because when it first came out, it looked like everything looked like it was made of plastic. If anyone remembers the preview stream, it looked god awful. It looked typical Rivet, and they improved it. So hats off to them. I'm now waiting for the West Coast Mainline Trent Valley. Where's that gone? You're now waiting for the West Coast Mainline Trent Valley to release, but I have a feeling it might be expensive due to the fact it goes to Milton Keynes to Crewe, so it might be costly. I would expect it to be at least $32.99, and I think that's a very warranted price for it. A RichyRail, yeah, why not? I'm good, thank you, Bob. I've had a bit of a difficult, not difficult, but I've had a long, very stressful week with some deadlines. But yeah, other than that, I'm good. Saw an April Fool's video that said Xbox bought Steam and for a second I had a heart attack. You bought Stanford today, crazy. Are you enjoying it? You'd like to watch as many reviews as possible to get as much of a diverse opinion as possible. Yeah, because you've got common sense. Some people will see one review and go, "Oh, you're an ambassador, you're a shill. Oh, no, you must be..." Oh, whatever. Don't watch my content. If you think I'm a shill, right, and you don't care for my opinions, don't even bother watching the video. But thank you for commenting, because believe it or not, when you comment and interact with a video, it actually pushes that out to YouTube. So thank you very much, haters. What's your opinion on the American freight routes, Richie? Recently picked up 2 of them, and I'm quite excited to put more into them. I'm not bothered by American freight routes. In fact, when there's been American freight stuff come out, I showcase it. With the Santa Fe stuff, I showcased it because, well, you might as well learn it. It's like the Expert 145 that came out. No idea how to do expert trains, no knowledge of the 145. So instead of trying to make a video about it, where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, I just live streamed on it and just let people teach me. Because that's how I like to approach Train Sim. Like, if I don't know something, or I don't feel like I could make a good video out of it, I'll just stream it instead. And then, if it goes wrong, happy days. I'll discover it as you lot discover it. Looking at these older Electrostars, it's so cool to see how the developers have improved on the models. Yeah, exactly. You know, you got to bear in mind this is 2021. I think we discovered that this route's almost 5 years old now. So, yeah, it's definitely aged, but it's definitely cool to see how much Train Sim World has evolved. And I think as well, when you think about like how much the game has evolved, like back in Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour, we didn't have announcements, we didn't have guard mode, we didn't have a lot of things. To the point where I jump into a service now, when I jump into the timetable, if I don't see them little guard mode icons next to it, it confuses me. I think it's an empty coach stock move. If you know what I mean. The training centre is from the real life. It's based on... It's not based on real life, but it's an evolution of various different training tracks across the country, across the world. DC Productions. No, that's... I'm not going to name names. You can. I'm not bothered. You do remember that preview stream and a life extension. Leaving extension was a perfect adjustment from Rivet. Do you have the West Somerset Railway on the wheel? I do, but I don't know why. I'm tempted to take it off because you can't really do... We want to do half-an-hour runs. I've only got... I don't know why I've got West Somerset Railway installed, actually. Oh, I do know why I've got West Somerset Railway installed. I've got it installed for some Medway layers. How you doing, Casper? Hope you're doing well. Second full M8 run, also done a full SLR and an ACS. I quite like the route. I think it's the strongest American route. Accurate impression of the scums known as Richie haters. I've been enjoying New York content recently and playing Long Island Railroad Commuter and Stanford. Made me actually figure out how the safety systems work. Yeah, they're quite easy when you get your head around them. Before I get a route, I tend to watch the Train Sim World previews and the other Train Sim YouTuber videos before I get a good impression and have a good look at the route. Yeah, I mean, I do the same. I still do the same. I watch the previews of stuff because bear in mind, we don't get the content until a few days before you lot. So, And if there's a route I'm particularly excited for, I'll watch like in real life cab rides and stuff, and watch Trains At videos. That's what the last time I did that was for Birmingham Crew, because I very much was looking forward to that. Oh no, I tell a lie, I did it for Stamford. I watched a cab ride for Stamford. I just looked at 5 Circle preview and yeah, it made everything look like it was out of plastic. Yeah, it was interesting. There was a lot of backlash from it, but that was the last route that they made under the rivet tile, and I feel like they've improved since. How you doing, Toby? Welcome in. Does the Class 390 show up on the Blackpool branches? No, because it's a 1986 route. If there was a modern day timetable for it, then yeah, possibly. Well, no, because it would still not be electrified. I have a question, right? Let's say that... So, do you know that we've got like a timetable mod that brings West Coast Main Line Overshaft to modern day? Like, if we ever got a DLC... Because at the minute, there's not really any routes where certain things could come into it. Like, for example, Transpennine Express. But imagine we got like a Transpennine Express 350 or something, and it could only go onto one of the West Coast Main Line 80s routes. Would you lot be against it? You sat playing Riviera now, watching your stream. Great content. Thank you, ProSim Gaming. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Do we have the Class 375-6 in Germany? Unfortunately, no, it's a UK train. So, no. Hello, Richie. How are you doing today? Sorry I'm late. No worries, Mazda. Hope you're doing well. Nathan, the Wheel of Doom. When is the next Steam sale? Bloody hell, it literally only just finished this afternoon. I don't know, to be fair. I think we've just had a 2-week-long sale. Literally ended about 2 hours ago. So, I don't know. I'm probably going to say that it's going to be like summer now, because that was a spring sale. So the summer sale will probably be around about June, July time, possibly. You want to finish your PMB? What's PMB? Training centre is in Germany at the Siemens facility centre thing. It's like 1-to-1 with the tracks and the loops. Oh, is it actually realistic? You love watching in real life cab ride videos. Don Coffey, yes, I watch. Yeah, Don Coffey. I watch a lot of his stuff, and also LNER do a few of them as well. Look at this. I've got to say, I was when this route was being teased, I remember I was watching loads of Trains At and like cab rides and stuff for this route. I was very excited for BML. I think this is probably one of my most highly played routes, to be honest. Go. So what would come into these platforms then, in real life? Is this a tube? This can't be a tube. There's no 4th rail. Oh, we're stuck. Sometimes before a route comes out, I tend to watch the Train Sim Classic version of the routes before Train Sim 1 version, like how you did with the TSE version, the Medway Valley. Yes, yeah, good shout, good shout. I am tempted to do one of those for Tadami as well. I did actually, fun fact, I did actually record a TSC video on Tadami, and then it was in my recorded thing for so long that I actually accidentally deleted it because I thought it was a really old video, and obviously it's still not released. Got a Battersea power station, which now has a station in itself, so it's Battersea Power Station, if you know, you know. When I came into, I think I came along here actually. Can't quite remember. I did do a little run into Victoria. Gorgeous. It's a gorgeous run. We need a dusty bin in Train Sim World as well. You'd love to see a 318. You'd love, yeah, I'd love to see a modern TPE 350 if they worked on Overshap to look modern and add it into the timetable. It'd be cool. Battersea Park, you've been there before. Casper will only do, well, I'm not going to do West Somerset Railway. It does, if I did, it'd be one station. That's it. It's too long. It takes like an hour, and I'm not doing that. I'd rather do some other stuff. 377 on the right side. Alien Steam Trains UK, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Real life, that platform would be terminating trains coming from Norwood Junction and other stations. There's a really cool video, and I always talk about this. There's a really cool video I watched on YouTube prior to this route releasing, and it was around about. Hold on, I think it was up here somewhere. I think the shot was from about here, on this corner, and you could see in the video, you could see that building there, and you could see that. Look at that! What a shot! That is. It's fantastic. It still is one of the best routes. This. Absolutely gorgeous. You could train spot there for absolutely ages. I'll have to find a video if I can. You could literally you could spot there for so long. Now imagine this in Todd 4. Be nice. Battersea Power Station is on the Northern Line. I will do Casper if he gets picked. You never knew Battersea was that close to Victoria. Will you do any more videos on Transport Fever 2 build in Britain? Yes, I'm planning to do the next one in the next week or so. Because of all the Train Sim World releases and whatever else, I've just not actually got. I've got around about 2 hours worth of footage recorded. I just need to edit it together. I haven't done it yet. I am meaning to do so because the last stuff on TikTok did really well, and I want to try and get as many videos out as possible. I might do over April. I might do a bit of a grand, like a ton of Transport Fever content, because I think Transport Fever 3 is not that far away. Or I might potentially keep building Britain to Transport Fever 2, and then also start doing the building Britain in Transport Fever 3, learning from the first series. I know the 5 circle line added the 158 recently. They need to remaster the 5 route. The 158 was made. I think it was initially made for 5, and then didn't come to the route for like another year. The 465's lights. If we're ever both in London, I'll take that spoons that overlooks the platforms at Victoria. Where is that spoons? Oh, look at that. Bloody gorgeous. Is it like around here somewhere? Yeah, I do like this route. Another 377. Yeah, plenty going on. Plenty going on. Imagine if they did a route Charing Cross and London Bridge, and the amount of trains and scenery would be crazy. Yeah, I think there's a reason why there's not. There's a route that I've actually picked up on TSC called South London Network. Why is there a route hopping point here? That's a bit random. I'm not going to click that because that seems interesting. That seems very, very interesting. That's a route hopping point there. Oh. Ah, damn it. It's quite interesting actually, because I recently went to London. Went to London around about when did I go? Can't quite remember. Oh yeah, I went to London about 6 months ago, and the went on an open top bus and it came down here. Ah, cool. I have been to Victoria there. It's a really cool station. So I got on a 375. I got off at the 375 around here. I think it might have been this service. I walked along here, and then went through these. No, I didn't go through them gates. I went through the gates up here, through here, and me and the British Ace walked around here, through here. We said ta-ta, ta-ra-bit, see you next year, and yeah. You'd love to see London Bridge to East Grinstead, one of my favourite routes in real life. It's in the middle of the station, like dead centre. There we go, that was a good run, that. We've had people coming into our depot at work recording the Class 195. A few people reckon it was for a game, but when we asked, no one could confirm. What depot do you work at? Or, well, I'm assuming it's a northern depot. Old London Network, very old, oldie but goldie. Well, whilst we've got 50 people here, before we do another thing, so people were asking me about a stream and whatever else, so I'm going to quickly tease this. On Saturday, I will be live again with a bunch of other content creators doing a Southeastern relay race, which starts at Victoria. I think this is a very fitting time to include this. We'll be starting at Victoria, going down the south. We'll actually be using the Southeastern Network mod, which is on the Steam Workshop. We'll be doing London, Victoria through to, well, Southerner will be doing Victoria through to Orpington, and then Orpington down to Tunbridge will be done by the British Ace. We've then got Tunbridge to Maidstone by RichyRail, who's going to be doing a rail tour. We're then going to do Maidstone to Strood, done by the Aussie train simulator driver. We're then going to do Strood to Dartford with Tigerways. I think they're just deciding what to do. These two might change. They might swap over. I'm not too sure. There is a little chat going on about that. Then Jason PFC, who has come into the chat a few times, is doing Dartford through to Rochester, going via Strood. And then Rex Tactics, who is in the chat there, is going to take over at Rochester, going down to Faversham. And then we're going to end off the evening with myself taking Faversham to Dover in TSC. So if you're interested in that, that'll be on the 4th, which is this coming Saturday at 7 p.m. So that'll be very cool. Anyway, let's get the wheel up. Let's see what's going on with the next wheel. So come on, Wheel of Doom. What are you going to pick? What are you going to pick? Come on. Another good one. Another strong route, please. Oh. Long Island Railroad. There you go. Happy days. That's a relatively strong route. That's a relatively strong route. I can deal with that. So let's do that, shall we? Long Island Railroad. And I might just do it. We've got a shortish run. New York Pentas and Umbans. Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. That works nicely. What's that? New York Penta Woodside. Maybe. I don't want something that's going to beep at me because that'll take too long. Where's that something Albans one? Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do that one. That's fine. And we can use the M3 because it don't beep at us, which is good. What time are you starting the Saturday stream? 7 p.m. is the plan. Is the Class 171 Southern in BML? No, it's not. Long Island Railroad is such a great route. It's good. You're going to go, good stream as always, going to watch The Apprentice. No worries, Ringer Matthew. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and yeah, hopefully catch you later. Thank you for coming in. I like that it's given us a bit of a mix of stuff, because we did German, we've done American, UK American. It's given us a good mix. I like it. Me, dim. You like all the New York routes. Will you ever do the West Somerset Railway Steam Gala for me? Maybe not right now. You like the Long Island Railroad, but it needs a remaster. This is the remastered version. You do realise that, Nathan? This is the remastered version. There was an original, and this is the new one, which goes down to wherever it is, Long Beach. There you go. Obviously, this northern bit was obviously part of the original route. Bit of a pick and mix here, there. Oh, pick and mix. Have you used any mods? Fab, yeah, I do use a few mods. I try and I don't care for sound mods and stuff like that. I don't bother with them. I quite like the the timetable mods. You're gonna go and play some Train Sim World 6? Yeah, no worries. I saw someone try to make that livery of the M3 on the workshop for this exact route. Yeah, this is the extended. This has been out for a good 2 years now. This was one of my first speculation videos of will we ever see a Long Island Railroad 2.0? Yeah, this is a thing. We're going to St Albans, which is oh, I need to charge the brakes on. Train Sim World 5, wasn't it? I think it was Train Sim World 4, you know. I'm pretty sure it was Train Sim World 4. You just finished your M8 run. Nice. Could you be a Train Sim World 6 apprentice? I could give it a go. Sound mods are the best. I'm not bothered by sounds, mate. You mainly bother with timetables and patches. How you doing, Leo's Trains? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. I remember watching that speculation video. Great Western Express needs a remaster. Now you're just being silly. We've gone at... Have we gone at... Oh. Whoa! Didn't know you could do that. In the far future, Train Sim World should do a mod shop like Transport Fever where you can buy mods from a shop and add them to your network. Yeah, that would be quite cool. A bit similar to the Steam Workshop. The only issue with that, though, is you wouldn't be able to have it on console because it'd be a bit of a funny one. It's why the Creators Club exists. When it comes to the 142, I'm quite bothered by the sounds. Yeah, but if you know it, I suppose if you know it, it makes sense. I get it. The 142 is decent. Bro, Great Western Railway already had a remaster. I hate most of the sounds in the game. It's a shame that modders do the job better than the multi-thousand team. Fab. It's not a multi-thousand team. I would say that I think Dovetail's around about 100 to 200. I think around about 100 employees, and they're not all developers. Are you friends with any other Train Sim World YouTubers? I'd like to say they're friends. Yeah. Have you got any in particular? I have done, well, not done content, but I've spoke to, and yeah, I'd say I'm friends with. Yeah, for sure. I'm friends with everyone, but like the likes of Train Simulator Driver, Tintin, British Ace, RichyRail, yeah, quite a few people on the list. I miss stream so regularly, it's like a talent now. Of course, you've got other Train Sim World notable people like Jason PFC, who is the leader of the Facebook community group. LaserJet, I know of LaserJet. I have. Remind me. There is a video of me standing behind him. If you can wait to the end of this service, I'll pull the video up and I'll show you, because people don't believe I've met LaserJet. When I'm literally stood behind him in a video. I wish console could get mods. A lot of mods that these modders make are really good. The issue is when you come to do on console, you have to have it certified, and that's why the mod.io on Transport Fever 2 isn't that great, because if you use the mod.io on Transport Fever 2 on the console, it's not actually that good. But yeah, my opinion on LaserJet is positive. He's a really, really nice bloke. Very passionate about steam trains. And yeah, me and him, so at the last Dovetail event, we were stood in the kitchen a bit after. We had like a little presentation. And we just stood in the kitchen. I was yamming sandwiches, he was talking about things, and he didn't know who I was, I don't think. But he was a really nice chap to speak to. Really nice, actually. So yeah, got a lot of respect for him. He's just incredibly passionate. You've got the one with the bifold doors. You've done 137 miles on Stamford so far today. Your next job is Model Railway exhibition in York. LaserJet does some TS Classic stuff as well. I mean, in terms of money income. Yeah, but you say thousands, but an average salary is about 25 to 30,000, and that's for one employee. You've then got, I mean, Fab, you need to understand that there's bills, there's subscriptions to like Unreal, whatever else, there's distribution costs, there's wages to pay. You know, there's a lot of costs in this. Wish you could use your decals and put them on a train. You can. That's what the Creators Club's for. There's a livery designer as well. Citrus Splash. A bit disappointed that modders managed to fix bugs before the actual team can. Yeah, because... Fab, I'm going to ignore you now. You're winding me up. You should try and do videos with them, like racing on a specific line, like the 710 versus the 378 on the Line S line, etc. It'd be nice to see you enjoying yourself with your mates in a video. Well, me and Casual, well, in terms of mates, like me and Casual Rail have done plenty of videos, and also we're doing that this weekend with this relay race where we are doing. It's a relay race is essentially you go from point to point, so we are basically doing it with friends. But me and Casual have done loads of stuff. We did seasonal timetable thing, and we've got some other plans as well. Not just Train Sim World plans, me and Casual. All to be confirmed in the next few weeks. There's something happening. But yeah. I think I know what video you're talking about. Yes, it's the this or that video. I was really winding up the staff at Dovetail about that, to be fair. I can imagine, if LaserJet sounds like a really nice person to meet. Are you friends with RichyRail? I'm not. I've never met him, so I like to speak to him in streams and stuff. I like to wind him up about karaoke. No, no from a Casual there. Thank you for flying Ryanair. I'm gonna put the M8 on Cross City Line. Do it. See if it beeps at you. How much time has these same issues happened? Yeah, but it's not. It's just. It's. The reason why modders can fix it is because modders don't have time constraints and budget constraints. And when you work in a business, you're assigned to certain projects. And realistically, if it's not a part of your project, you can't just break off it. Whereas modders have free will. Just bought the East Coast main line over 5 Circle and instantly regretted it. Really? Have you seen or acknowledged the bus? BA has made a few videos on it so far, wondering if you were hopping on the trend. I'm tempted to consider it. My main thing is, well, I've only just been paid yesterday, and it's 35 quid. So I'm a bit like, might just wait a moment. I like the look of the bus, and I might make some content on it at some point. Who knows? I like bus simulators, and the bus looks pretty decent, to be fair. So I might do at some point. 2 hours into the stream. Dovetail do a great job on these routes. Be grateful for the things that they do, Fab. Yeah, I mean, they could just not. Business isn't easy. Your own decal to decal that are not in the game imports, like pictures from your own computer. Mods, I suppose. I know what you're saying, but yeah, most probably through mods. Nathan, yeah, remaster look. This is all Todd 4. Gets even better. I didn't even really look at it, but we've got the New York skyline in this as well. Go around here, you'll start seeing the skyline. There you go, look. Ah, you saw it for a split second. The bus would be amazing if they ever made anything British. When will we get the webcam back? When it stops being a bloody pain in the ass. I was tempted to bring it back at some point. It won't be in for the relay. I don't think my bandwidth would do it, but I'm gonna bring it back in at some point. I'm going to head off now. Enjoy the rest of your night, Richie, and I can't wait for the Saturday stream. Thank you for coming in, Sam. Much appreciate it, and have a good rest of your week. You should try putting an ICE train on the Island Line 2022. It's very funny. If you like the bus simulators, then I've got a game for you, OMSI 2. I've got OMSI 2. I've had OMSI 2 for about a year. I've played it a little bit, but I'm struggling how to make content on it. If I'm honest, there's an idea I've got, but it's not that easy to make into a video. So I still some work. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Casual here. If you're not going to raise any concerns properly or professionally or whatever else, proper manner, there you go, then things won't be fixed. I don't care what anyone says. There is a lot of gaming companies out there that are terrible with communication, and Dovetail are not one of them. Yes, they've got issues with the game. Yes, there's bugs that need to be fixed. But there is usually, most often than not, a post on the forum saying, we're aware of this issue, we're sorting it. It won't be done overnight. If there's a bug, it won't be fixed overnight. Oh, he's gone. Casual's gone. Casual's got him out. I spawned the M8 into everything, but in everything it's in an invalid location for when I set the path. Or maybe you can't do it then. It's hard to make the content to make it into a video. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I'm still trying to figure it out. Island Line 2022 route is unrealistic anyway because Ride Pier doesn't have holes in it. Eh? Dovetail have a suggestions channel for a reason. They do listen. It's happened many a time. In terms of route and loco suggestions, Dovetail may not be... They do look, but they may not pick up a suggestion. But the reason why Birmingham to Cruise a thing is because all aboard saw the suggestion on the forums. I'm back. Please have your tickets ready for inspection. Nice. He's back. He's back. He's our Jason. Have you been checking out Tintin's stream? Is he still going? I'm all for bringing up issues, but that's fine. But if you're going to have nothing to offer constructive, then sorry, get out. I just let it go over my head. They're commenting at the end of the day, and it means that he pushes the stream out, so I'm not bothered. Might not be possible because of the different voltages. Possibly, yeah, maybe. It also might be something to do with the fact that the safety system wouldn't work. It might not recognise that there's no safety system. Because it's got to run on permanently enabled safety systems, hasn't it? Oh no, Casual's he's fair evading. Oh dear. Thank you for popping in, Casual. Have a good night and catch you later. I think the Bakerloo line deserves a remaster, considering that we got part of it in the West Coast Main Line. I don't think Bakerloo line is worthy of a remaster, because most of the route is underground, and the overground bit of the route is already remastered in West Coast Main Line South. You would then have to redo all the light baking in the underground section, which would be pointless because it would look the exact same. So I really don't see the point, in my honest opinion. People are getting a ticket out for Jason. If you've been watching Sam's Train's April Fool's videos yesterday, quite amusing. I did, if I had more time, I had an idea for an April Fool's. I'm gonna have to do it next year now, though. I love things like the forums. Best way to post your ideas and interact. Yeah, and it's also a good place to put in your suggestions. I am in the forums. I lurk. There is a mod that can disable them, so I might try that. Here's a fun fact: in America, 80% of 8th graders Year 9 read at Grade 2, Year 3 level. What? No way. It works on third rail. Who needs a window when you have a cam door? Breaking news: London Overground replaces their fleet with a mate. You also have a return. I like using the M3 on this route because it doesn't have the permanently enabled safety systems, which is good. I am on the forums, but I don't visit forums or post. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but I hope they bring out the Southwestern Main Line. I agree. Your indicator is on. My indicator? What the bloody hell do you mean, my indicator? Your indicator is on. It's a train. It hasn't got indicators. I'm sure the M8s are more comfortable. You just got an AI Girl app ad on your live stream. Cheers for that. It's downloading. I mean, the ads are tailored towards the user. So you know, if that's what you've been watching on other people's channels, then that's why you've got an ad for it. I get ads for like F1 and stuff. Who needs a cab door when there's a cab window? More painful. I see you. I see you not talking in capitals now. I was getting bored of London, Paris, and Berlin. It's a joke. No, I thought as much, but I was really confused. I was like, indicators. It's not a truck. How you doing anyway? Welcome to the stream. I think that was a day late April Fool's joke. See, Dex, for me, I'm an old head, and goon means something else. A goon is someone who's a bit of an idiot, a bit of a wally. But you kids have got a different meaning for it nowadays. I feel like Grandpa from the episode of Simpsons where he's like, what does he say now? It's like, I used to be... What's he say now? I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what is it? It seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you. And then Homer goes, no way, old man. We're going to keep on rocking forever. 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 And then he's sad. As to do with the creator, bollocks. Absolute bollocks. You're actually playing the Harlem line right now. I know this got a little remaster on Metro North, but man, this route could use a full remaster. I agree. Maybe a bit of an extension as well. This is my stop. Thanks for the stream, Richie, and I'll see you on Saturday. Yes, thank you very, very much for coming in, Rex, of course. Me, Rex, and a whole host of other content creators will be live on Saturday doing another relay race. And if this one works well, because my internet had some issues last time, so if this one works well, we may do even longer ones. There was another 2 options we considered. And also, Rex, I have another idea for an American one. I deserved the plane for the cab door window, sat in first class without a first class ticket, and it was heading to Burney Arms. We, however, are in Jamaica on a Richie train. You don't want to know what the modern version of Goon... I know what it means. I know what it means. I may only be... I'm 25. I am still a little bit up to scratch with the modern day lingo. When you're exposed to so much of the brain rot and the stuff that is mentioned, you kind of understand what it means. If it was to get extended, where would you like it to be extended to? Is it South East on the Harlem line? That would be a good one. Oh no, cried Rex. Yeah, an American one. It's a little idea I thought of. I don't understand any of this new slang myself. You're only, what, 12? Rex is going to fall asleep, doesn't involve a pacer. He can put a pacer on an American line if he wants to. Look, just because we're doing a southeastern relay doesn't mean... Well, no, actually, no. Definitely run southeastern trains, that's the whole point. But, like, if we do a West Coast mainline one, if you want to spawn in something else, then you do that. Kids think 25 plus is unk. Yeah, no, absolutely not. But then again, when I was 16, I thought 25 were old, and now I am 25. Pretty much confirms it. Modern day lingo is utter rubbish. For your own benefit, uninstall all social media. It helps. No, you just need to be able to have self-control and understand the crap you see is just not good for you, so you just move on. Hello. Oh! So, hi. She was sat in here. Look how she was sat. Look how she was sleeping. Is that? There's one. Look at and Are you going downstairs?
No, I just come to tell you that I've gone away.
You've just done away? You've just done away?
I'm watching
Peaky Blinders movie?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, because when we watched it, we were talking through it and there's things I missed.
Oh, I was hoping that we'd rewatch the series and then watch it. Okay, fair enough. Oh, bloody... Get out. Go on, get out. Love his match. Anyway, that was the missus. That guy I timed out has tagged me in a general section of the Dovetail server trying to call me out. Fair play. Fair to say I let rip. Oh, wait, I've got to say this. I've got to say this now. Wow, okay, hold on. I want to see this. I'm having a look now. What a nasty piece of work. I'm gonna respond. Hold on. Right. Anyway, responding to these. Do you know why the Long Island Railroad doesn't layer into the new Metro North? Shouldn't it though? I think it does. It should. The Long Island Railroad stock. Yeah, it does layer in. It's AI only though, because you wouldn't drive it in real life. Is this the Harlem line that goes to Ronkonkoma or the Long Island Railroad? Long Island Railroad goes to Ronkonkoma. Yeah, it's just no playable services. That's right. Yeah. Fab, if you're watching, it were more we said, like, I was like, I'm not going to pay attention now, move on. And you carried on. I'm all for people to having their opinions, but I've seen nothing but negative comments towards me. And I don't want to see negative comments towards developers. I don't think it's fair. You'd be more of a platform staff casual. You can power abuse them all you like. That there with a stand behind the yellow line. Crap, when rail tours come past. I don't know. Is that meant to be an insult? I'm not sure. You put on an M3 earlier when I did an Acela run into Penn. Yeah, I've definitely seen that there's Long Island Railroad stuff on there. Don't worry, Richard, I'm a mod there too. I'm not bothered. I'm not asked. He's quite clearly trying to get casual outed, which I don't appreciate. Imagine coming into someone's stream, talking shit about developers, not getting your way, despite the fact they've helped you, and then go into a server to then out a content creator to try and get them essentially demoted. That is not progress. That is destructive criticism. That is something that's going to end the game. Get him out. Right, now that we're at St Albans, is it St Albans? Something like that. I'm going to run to the toilet, and then I'm going to find this LaserJet video, because I want to prove that I've... Hope he gets double whammy timeout, one here and one in Dovetail server. Good job I stepped down from modding, otherwise they'd be gone. Right, I'm going to very quickly pop to the toilet, and then I'm going to find this LaserJet video, and then, yeah, we'll jump back into it. So I will be right back. And I'm back. Hello. Right. Let me find this this video I was on about. Because it's a good one. Train Sim World, this or that. Right, where's he at? There he is. The L25. Oi. I'm back. Hello. Right, let me just be careful here. I don't want to accidentally leak anything. No. Right, let me quickly just change the source. It was quite funny. I did some recording on Sodor, and for some reason it's picked up Train Sim World. Right, let me just do a be right back screen. Hopefully. Wrong one. There you go. Right, happy days. So, this is it. I won't play any music just in case it's monetized. So, this is the video. Hold on, there's Laser Jet, and then hold on. Who's that? It's me. Look at him. And then we've also got Paul, and then AJ Omega behind him. Hold on, where's he at? Where's he? Oh, look at him go! Hey, look at him shocked. Hold on, let me just make sure it's definitely not picking up the audio. That's fine. Oh, hold on. Oh, I can't go back there. Hold on, British Ace is there as well. I didn't clock him before. Look at him step. Look at his shoes. Good lad. Look at him shocked. Where's he gonna go? Oh, we went that side. Oh, happy days. Oh, look at him. Looking well happy. Oh, Paul went somewhere different. Look at me, look at me peeking. Look at me peeking from behind Laser Jet. Oh dear. How funny. Look at him. Oh. Oh, look at him chuckling. Yeah, I didn't like this question because I was like, I didn't know. I didn't like either. I actually said to him, can I stay in the middle? This bit was quite funny. I said, so they said, all right, step to the right of you for Train Sim World 5 or step to the left of you for Train Sim World 6. And I said, you want us all to step to the left, to the right now, because otherwise if we step to the left, we're not going to come back another year. And they were like, well, we're not saying do that. We're saying choose whatever you want. But we all did that anyway. That's me chuckling. And there's also this clip here. That's Jason. Oh, he's there, look. He's there. Anyway. Oh, that was a good day. I really enjoyed that. Let me just change that to Train Sim World. Oh, good that. I enjoyed that. Get rid of that. Here you go. That was my little thingy. It's been good. Oh, we'll not be getting the videos if we get invited there again. Yeah, it's good. It was good fun. Anyway, right, let's interact with the wheel. Let's get this spinning. What's next? Richie speaking in third person now. What's next? Harlem. Oh, it's the Frankenbahn. Okay, we can do that. That might be a funny one because that's got the 147 in, and I don't want to showcase that yet. So, might have to do the original timetable, which is fine. Frankenbahn. Where is it? Oh no, I don't have it installed. Oh, happy days. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. Do you know what? Bugger it. We're gonna do a 5-minute run. Why not? Let's try and get as much stuff in as we can. Did I take the wheel off? Yeah, I did. Kind of makes this a bit pointless, really. Richie, thank you for calling 12-year-old calling crazy a 12-year-old. Why not? Who's Ricky? Outrageous. Banish this member. I feel violated that it couldn't be 12. Anyone having issues with the stuttering? Any ideas how to fix it? Yeah, if you run the, I find that if you run a service externally, it can help cache the route, because basically the way that the routes are built, it's through like a tile-based system, and because of that, sometimes you find that you can have like, as they're trying to load in and try and remember what's what, it can sometimes take a bit of time to load. But once you've done it a few times, it's fine. What are we doing here? Why aren't my doors releasing? Ah, that'll be why. I like this train. I like this train a lot. Just want it to open the doors now. That'll take 20. Oh, there we go. The Wheel of Doom. I would have stepped into Train Sim World 5. I like the 147, but I'm probably not going to get it once it comes out because I don't even have the Frankenbarn yet. When was that meetup? Surely it wasn't just for that one short IC225 announcement. No, nothing like that. It was August, I think, last year. Chaos has turned into popcorn conversation. Would you like to hear your favourite flavour of popcorn? I like a pretty standard toffee flavoured Butterkist, whatever it is. Pretty standard with my popcorn. I tell you what, I did have the other day though. Reese's. Is it Reese's? Yeah, Reese's did a little. It was like a popcorn mini peanut butter cup, like pretzel bag. That was quite nice. I enjoyed that. I always forget how to get this thing running. There's like a button you've got to press somewhere to get it going. So like a brake key in this thing somewhere. I always do this wrong. I always set this up wrong. Hold on, bear with me. Bear with me a second. You're off to bed, no worries, thank you for coming in casual. And sorry you got shouted at. Put the safety systems on. No, I'm not gonna do it for this one. I can't even get the bloody thing moving. I always forget how to do this. There's a certain way to set it up and I always forget how to do it. Like, it's wanting to go. It's going. I don't know why. What have I done wrong? Does anyone know? Power switch on the left hand side. Power switch on the left hand side of the console. Yeah, that thing there. Oh, that's on. Why is that not? Why is that not wanting to go? Sometimes it just works. What am I doing wrong here? Right, let's try something else. We're taking too much time. Right, sorry. Can't stand Reese's Pieces. We're on the same wavelength. Toffee flavour Butterkiss is my favourite too. I'm playing RichyRail tomorrow. Nice one. Let's try another service. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted by this, so just bear with me a second. We'll do that one. Stop saying 6-7. We left it in 2025. Whoever deleted that message, you are an angel sent by God. What did they send? Ah, I see it. Light humour. I can see that retraction. What did they say? Jason, DM me what they say. I'm intrigued. I kind of want to. I want to see what they've said. Speaking of haters, earlier my friend who is a model railway YouTuber made his own 10 YouTube rules for model railway trolls and keyboard warriors. I don't really need. His point is making rules. If you make rules, they'll still ridicule you. Is what it is. I'm guessing Stephen's going now. I don't know what Stephen. I don't know what. Why you needed to be becoming so aggressive, Stephen. To be honest, but oh well. In a bit. Anyway, we've had a new subscriber. We've had a. We're now at 7.71k, which is mad. We're less than 300 away from 8,000 subscribers, which is pretty nuts. Could we hit it before the end of May? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Richie, do you prefer the ROG 37 or Class 700 or 717 better? The ROG 37. ROG 37 wins every time. You got to go for 20 minutes? Yeah, no worries. This is a 20-minute long service, so I may, if West Somerset Railway wins at the end of this, and you miss it, I'll laugh a lot. You found a service on the Riviera line in the Voyager that waited 15 minutes at Dawlish Warren. The service was 1M60. Yeah, it might have just had to wait for a train to come in. What's the issue? Someone said, "Boy, Stephen." Got a few stops on this one. There's actually quite a few cool S-Bahn runs on this. It's a route I want to try and play a bit more of. Driving the Berlin S-Bahn on TSC now. Oh, there's announcements on this. Haven't they put this as part of the, didn't they update this today to put this as part of the route? You meant 1M61. Okay. What are your thoughts on the Benin line? I gave it one go when I recorded a video on it, and I've not actually released it. I've never released a video, but yeah, it seems pretty decent in terms of like scenery, but gameplay-wise, it's not really for me. Mainly because it's not really my style. I of route. Very quiet, very twisty turny. Apologies for the late arrival, was doing sound things. No worries, Southerner. Of course, Southerner's going to be, as part of this relay, is going to be starting off the relay at Victoria, which is going to be very cool. You'd see a 10 car IET and a 220 8 car going to Edinburgh. You did the 805 introduction. Nice. That's the train I couldn't get working beforehand. Get a lot of... Not good enough, Cucumber. You must pay the penalty for... You're having a 481 on the route that isn't even allocated to it. What's your opinion on the proposed HS2 line speed reduction to reduce construction costs? I think it's a load of bollocks, to be honest. What's the point of building HS2 in the first place? It's £200 and 6 penalty points. You tried to do a London Euston to Holyhead service, but the doors close. It's broken for some reason. Oh, weird. I've not had any experiences like that on the 805. You like this stream so far? You love it. Nice one. Stephen, your service starts at Paynton and goes to Exeter and then goes all the way up towards... it calls at Torquay, Newton Abbot, Teignmouth, Dawlish and then Exeter. Nice. You love the BR481, even though I always have to open the manual so that I can check what codes are for its destination. Isn't that 481? Isn't the 481 in Subway Sim as well? The Class 805 did have announcements. There's a total 184 destinations. They should have made it 481 destinations. That would have been funny. You love the channel as well. I much appreciate that, Stephen. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you're all here enjoying the content. I've just dipped a phone charger into some water. Is it a stupid idea to plug this in? Rest in peace, RichyRail, probably. Would you guys like an exclusive regarding the relay tomorrow? It's not tomorrow, it's Saturday. Don't be logging on. Don't be turning up to the Discord thing and thinking, oh, where is everyone? It's not tomorrow. Sorry about the caps, no worries. You've told me it's 1M61, you don't have to keep saying that. Yeah, it's an AI vehicle. I thought it was. Have you seen the new Subway Sim 2 news about the Class G coming? Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to get that when it comes out. How are you controlling the Wheel of Doom? It's just it's an input on OBS. So if you use OBS, you can use a browser source, and I'm just linking it up to. It's called wheelsandnames.com. Wasn't Dovetail supposed to add cruise control to the 805? Yeah, I believe it's still being worked on. That's in the hands of all aboard, is that? Do you prefer the ROG 37 or the 700? ROG 37. Can you give me your address so I can call the fire department? No nefarious reasons. 123 Fake Street. The exclusive I'll be taken as a Class 707 out of Victoria. Oh, nice. Is yours the... Are you doing that 45-minute stopper? Or are you doing a bit of a quicker one? No worries, Stephen. The 481 is the most expensive train DLC you've ever bought. How much is it? Oh, don't start username. Don't start. You bloody sarky bastard. It's actually quite a busy route, this. Interesting station, isn't it? I know it's at the end. I'm sorry I've been busy. How are things with you? I'm doing good, thank you, Ben. No worries. We've still got another couple of runs in us. Currently doing the New Year's resolution scenario on the Metro North route. I'll send you my calling pattern. It's a 2-head code. Do you need it to be faster? Just send me what it is. It's timetable 42 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. Just let me know. Guys, what's going on? I had to do something. We are driving an S-Bahn service on Stuttgart. That's what's won. It's 30 euros, even though it's not really just a train DLC. It includes the southern section of the S25, but it already had that as part of the Berlin-Leipzig route.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S4 nach Stuttgart.
Oh, loads of crying cats.
Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise.
Got a few buffers there, don't we?
Stuttgart Feuerbach, Ausstieg und Fahrtrichtung rechts.
See, it's interesting because this route I should have really enjoyed because Stuttgart I've actually been to before. Stuttgart's where I've been to in Germany. Maybe if it was Stuttgart to Ulm, that would be really cool. I pinged it to your DMs. I'll have a little look in a second. Currently going very quick in an S-Bahn train. KFC. Banging, I just bought Birmingham to Crewe. I was wrong. It's a really nice route. I'm glad you think so. I love it. I'm aiming to do it all scenarios I own. My dad said if I platinum them all, he'll get me something around 10 quid. Nice! Oh, I quite like that. Yeah, that's cool. Someone rebuilt the entire Berlin S-Bahn system on TSC as well. A bit like the Southeastern Network. Do the bus. We may play the bus at some point. I've not got it, so maybe at some point. What do you think will come out first, the Trent Valley or the Richmond extension? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's a good question. I reckon maybe the Richmond extension. Possibly. Performance of Birmingham Street is interesting at peak times. Yeah, but what do you expect, really? I think they're planning it for a public release too, but I'm not sure. Catch you later, Stephen. You'll be watching the stream on Saturday. Evening, Callum. Hope you're doing well. Of course, Callum. We've got a Callum, and we've got a couple of the YouTube members in tonight, actually. Yeah, sorry to the YouTube members. I've been a bit quiet this week because of work, but yeah. Hope you're doing well. Still got 4 YouTube members, which is absolutely insane, so thank you very much. If you do get the bus, let me know. I have the ability to spin up a multiplayer server. Oh, okay. I don't know whether I'd get it on the PC or whether I'd get it on the on the PlayStation. I need to have a think. You should play the Bad Day scenario on Medway Valley. Doesn't it involve like a wagon or something like that? Harunka, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. It's kind of a positive reinforcement thing. If you actually use stuff I buy you, I'll give you something, and the cycle repeats. I'm doing well. I'm speeding. You're doing well, thanks. Just chilling, going to Liverpool tomorrow to see your family. I'm the best YouTuber ever. Thank you very much, Great Croydon. Much appreciate that. I'm not, but I'll take it. You won't be watching the stream on Saturday, yes, because you'll be in it. Route length would be 340 kilometres. Wow. How much is the membership? Because I watch a lot of your videos. It's a £5, I believe. And with that, in the Discord server, there's a designated chat where I give you, I like post a weekly update saying what I'm planning to release that week before anyone else, and like what streams I'm planning to do. There's also like an emoji that can be used. I don't know whether can any of the YouTube members actually use the emoji, because I don't know whether it's never been tested in the stream before. And then there's early access to videos at the minute, because I'm funny. I'm actually just posting like an unlisted link in the Discord server, so that's how you get access to them. Seems a bit low, that, doesn't it? You also get vids a few hours early. I'd like to try and do them like a few days early if I could, but I just don't have the time. But all in all, you'll be supporting the channel, because any money that is like made through that goes to helping to support the channel again. And not just this channel, Married to the Grid as well. If you're interested in Married to the Grid, you get a lot of early access content for that as well. And like updates on what I'm planning to release on there. 168 stations, so the average distance between stations is 2.03 kilometres. Anyone got caught up in the chaos on the West Coast main line yesterday? It took me 5 hours to get from the Midlands to near London. No, I didn't get caught up in that. What happened? Transport with a human. I like that. You get in the bus tomorrow. Which bus? Sorry. Coming into Stuttgart now. Don't go asking that, Richie. I'll do it tomorrow for sure. More because I want to support you in the channel. Well, I mean, like supporting by watching. I mean, if you've watched an ad on any of my videos, that's financial, like help. You know, you don't have to. Don't feel like you have to do it, but it is certainly appreciated if you do. If you do and you're in the Discord server, please ping me and I'll put you into the role. That's how you'll get the benefits. Heard about that? Some kind of tape caught on the I can't say that. The overhead line equipment. Major power failure in the Willesden area that caused interlocking issues with signals and points. Oh dear. That doesn't sound good. Oh, I forgot we go underground here. Stuttgart Hauptbahnhof. What I find interesting is that there's actually another station after this station you can't get to. So I don't have a Discord account, no worries. Doing playing a bit of Fernbus. Isn't it the same people that make Fernbus? Got so bad that Avanti ran a unit ECS back to Edge Hill Depot in Liverpool because of how badly delayed it was. I've been lucky in my life to have never been massively affected by incidents on the railway. I once got stuck on an linear Azuma for 4 hours on a 10-minute journey, and that wasn't fun. I was going between Leeds and Wakefield, and I got stuck for 4 hours. Took me 4 hours to get home. Richie, I missed a bit. What route is this? This was the Frankenbahn, Stuttgart-Heilbronn, the most recently released German route, I believe. Richie, I like your videos. I'm not feeling forced into it. Don't worry. And yeah, it Dobbs in your Discord if you remember. I won the free F1 hat. Oh yes, I remember. Yeah. Yeah. Just ping me when you've done it, and I'll pop you in. Did you hear ScotRail are getting class 222s as part of their intercity upgrades to replace their HSTs? I did, and they look absolutely bloody gorgeous. Right, let's do another wheel, shall we? Let's see what it gives us. Come on, a good one on the wheel, please. Come on, give us a good route, please. And yeah, nice. Look at that. Happy days. It was so close to West Somerset Railway, wasn't it? Happy days, I'm good with that. So we're going to do the 170. Or I might even do a Voyager. Yeah, I might do a Voyager. Because you can do the Voyagers on Birmingham Cross City now, for those that didn't know. If you do the 170 timetable, you can do the Voyagers. So we're going to do that, because why not? Why bloody not, eh? We'll go... From Bromsgrove. Why not? But no, we'll go from New Street. Why not? Let's do that. How does one get stuck on an Azuma for 4 hours? Oh, a tree fell down and broke the wires. I love your videos. You're the best. Much appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I've picked the 171. Don't worry. OTS. The OTS timetable's a mod one. Arguably the best DLC. I think. Do you know what? I think the Voyager is the best DLC, like best Loco DLC in the game. You know the city very well. Ah, so do I. Second favourite route, in my opinion. Was my favourite up until Birmingham Crew. These things are gorgeous. I miss these. Got the Pendolinis. 350s. He's hoping for Blackpool. Well, it might get picked. Who knows? I like the Voyagers because I don't have to actually experience the Voyager. Do you get what I'm saying? I sent you the dates for a certain gaming convention next year. Yeah, I did see that you sent that actually. Did I not react to it? Sorry if I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I'll think about that. Depends where life falls this time next year. You were just suggesting it. Welcome back, Casper. I still remember when some truck knocked down some wires on my tram system and caused disruption for 4 hours. Go to the glowing benches. Ah, yeah. You can't forget the glowing benches. Oh, there you go. You can glitch through the wall to the benches. There they are. There's the glowing benches. I don't care. Like stuff like that doesn't bother me because it's funny, innit? So listen to this. Go then. Off we go. Good morning, Train Simulator driver. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Of course, Train Simulator driver, Southerner, Rex, who came in earlier, will all be a part of this relay on Sunday the 4th or Saturday the 5th for Saturday the 5th, Sunday the 5th for Paul. Voyager best bloody cross country. You don't hate Voyagers, you just hate cross country. I think in terms of a Loco DLC though, it's the best Loco DLC in the game because of where it comes into. It comes into 5 routes now, I think. Can't wait to belt down the Trent in the 807. I think of how many routes is coming. So it comes into Birmingham Cross City, Birmingham Crewe. It will. I would imagine it will come into Trent Valley as well. We've then got Manchester, Riviera, of course. Great Western Express. That's 6. It should realistically be on 5. It's not yet. Well, I say yeah. I don't think it is. Not on 5. Where else could it realistically come into? There's 7 routes already. It's also on Cardiff. Yep, 8. There you go. Only 5 German trains run on all of them. Yeah, but it's for like UK levels of stuff. It layers in all sorts of places. Is the 805 going to layer onto any other routes, or will it be able to drive it? Will I be able to drive it on any other routes? The 805 layers onto West Coast Main Line South and West Coast Main Line Birmingham to Crewe. It then I think will be on Trent Valley. I'm not sure though. Don't think Trent Valley is too far off. Can't wait to do Euston, Milton Keynes, Crewe, Birmingham, Lichfield, Trent Valley, Milton Keynes and Euston on foot. Part of me feels like the way that the development cycle's going, I feel like they're both remaining sections of the West Coast Main Line are probably going to release quite close to each other. You got to go, no worries, Greg Croydon. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your very fine comments. Very fine. Very nice comments. I just want Stoke-on-Trent in the game so I can go, Stoke-on-Trent, oh yeah, Stoke-on-Trent, historic town on the... Bloody hell, I just started singing. What is it, love? There you go, she sang it. Have you seen Leica's removed all his Train Sim World mods? Leica's mods. What mods did they do? When is the April roadmap? No idea. English Electric. I think it's probably next week at some point, isn't it? What's that? Trent is having a stroke. No, Paul. Stoke-on-Trent. It's a place. Not a very nice place, but it's a place. But there's a song about it. Like PIS fixes and branding for First Great Western. Maybe a licensing thing. Full Southwestern Main Line would be really nice. If we got a TAC. Oh, bloody hell. Sorry, I'm half asleep. The full Southwestern Main Line would be nice. We got it in TSC. I'd like to see some Southwestern stuff. I don't think it'll be the 7th. I don't even really think it'll be the 9th. I'm not sure yet. Brighton to PIS is still broken on Birmingham to Crewe. Be careful saying it's not nice. There'll be someone from there listening. Well, they'll have to deal with it. People always say to me that Birmingham's not nice. Gorgeous. Bloody gorgeous. Could you give me a number between 1 and 21 for what train sim route I should drive? 15. I had a girl turn up at my railway, ask me what's the worst town in the UK area. I said Swindon. She said, oh yeah, I'm from Swindon. You know what you normally do there though? You've got to go in and say, if someone asks you what's the worst place in the UK, you say, where are you from? And if they say wherever, just say, well, not there. Oh, South Wales main line. Sorry. Do you know what? I'm half asleep. I won't lie. Who's half asleep? I don't know. Not many places in the UK are nice. Idea for Richie: have a stream where content is chosen by the quick play only. Yeah, well, it's funny you say that. Obviously Paul does that, but I find that with that it gives you scenarios, and I don't like that. I like to pick timetabled services, so I'd find that I'd jump into it and not really enjoy what I'm doing. How you doing, Bexhill? Welcome in, hope you're doing well. London and the South is getting all the TLC, the North is getting left behind. Have you chosen the Island line? No, not yet. Why do people not like Slough? I've been there and it's actually an alright place. I suppose it's just a bit of a joke, isn't it? You've never been in the UK but Slough. You'd love to see Bristol in the game. I think Bristol, York and Newcastle are 3 stations that we just need to have. I'm good, thank you, Bexhill. Very good indeed. Got a bit of a pain in my back, but I'm other than that, I'm fine. You'd like to see an overground southbound line. So if we got any overground route now, what would you want to see? Oh, look at that. 170. Beautiful. Nice and busy along here. Obviously the Camp Hill line is off up there. Got some new stations on it. They might even reopen. I think they're on about reopening these platforms at some point. So you can let trains go up there. Bristol Temple Meads, last time I went there, it stunk of piss. Ironically, the toilets were out of order too. Yeah. I think that's just Bristol in general though. East Coast Mainline pre-90s is not in the game yet, and it's criminal. It would be a flagship train to World route. What was that then? I just see some glitch on the screen. I mean, technically we do have 90s East Coast Mainline with Leeds. It's actually really just to sit and chill. It's actually really nice just to sit and chill and watch the video. I don't really know much about the overground. I'm looking on my map now. I think maybe the bit that shares with Clapham Junction, I think that would be quite cool, because then you can have a really busy Clapham Junction. This is the cool bit about this. When you went to Bristol, it stunk of piss and weed. Guess I was lucky. Stephen, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. It's like that in Birmingham as well, to be fair. Just had 2 new subscribers, by the way, so welcome into the new people that have just subscribed. How are you? I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How are you doing? Adds a bit to the smell to it. Have you picked what you're going to be driving? No, I haven't picked yet, to be honest. No, I'm not sure. Hello, Double Spider. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, thank you. Where are you going on the game? We're going to Bromsgrove in the Voyager. On Birmingham Cross City right now. You're going to Birmingham tomorrow from Selhurst. Oh my goodness gracious me, why do you want to do that? You're adding a couple of sound effects to the secret server. Oh dear. Oh dear. You're going to rickroll us, aren't you? I'll have a little look what I can drive when I hop into it. There's not really too many options, is there? Funny how you're stopping at Bromsgrove when this train doesn't stop there in real life. Yeah, that's been acknowledged. Because obviously this is where the route realistically ends. It's where the cross city realistically ends anyway. It's obviously to make sure that it wouldn't just be AI. So I'm all for it, to be honest. Everyone's heading north tomorrow to watch Middlesbrough v Millwall. Oh, is that a big game, is it? You march into Windsor. For the stream on Saturday, what train will you guys be driving? I'm not too sure what I'm driving yet. I think Southern is planning to drive the 707, I think. Guess what? There's a new COVID variant. Don't say that too loudly. No stealing my RichyRail soundboard there. How many coaches? We are actually an 8 car. We're actually quite lengthy. We're an 8-car service. Going downhill very quickly. Bit of 707 action. Nice. I'll slow down just in time. That's fine. You're driving something with wheels, whether they stay on the track is another matter.
Please mind the gap
Hitting Bromsgrove.
and take care when stepping down from the train.
Catch you later, Bexhill. Have a good Easter. Have a good Easter to everyone. What route are you doing after this? Whatever the wheel decides. I might see what the wheel picks and decide whether I do it or not. Oh, a bit of lag in there. Way. Lots of lag in there. I might see what the wheel picks and decide whether I'm going to call it a night or not. If it's a pretty decent choice, then we'll do it. If not, I might call it a night. My throat's starting to hurt a little bit. Got a bit of a lump in my throat and it's not nice. Right, let's see what the wheels picked then. Let's see what we've got next. And then I think that's going to be my last one. So, what we're going to pick, what we're going to do. Only something good though. Where is he? He's not in. He's not here, is he? Oh dear. Oh. 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 Well, I didn't cancel it. Ah, it's fine. We'll still do it. What would have been afterwards? East Coast Way. Oh. Disaster. Okay. That's fine. Do you know what? No, I'm just gonna. I'll stick to what I'm gonna do. We'll do Steam Gala. Oh, 150. Oh, yeah. Why not? Bugger it. Let's do it. Nobody saw Somerset Railway. We'll do it. Why not? Why not, eh? I've not actually driven one of these with the Great Western Railway 150. Sorry. I felt like doing that. You know what needs a remaster? West Cornwall Local. A modernised West Cornwall Local as well. Rivet have been known to redo their routes in a different era, so it could be a chance for them to redeem themselves. West Cornwall Local is perfect. There goes my eardrums. Frustrated tuba player. Yeah, just a bit of chaos, why not? NPC on the track. What did I say? Down there is. Class 33 over there. Oh yeah, it's a nice train. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. To be fair, my stream's a bit behind anyway, so I'm on a little look now. I need to go and put my big boy overalls on, driving a real train on a different railway than my usual. Oh, okay. I hope you have fun with that. Are you driving in anything in particular? May I ask what is bad about the West Somerset Railway? Because I might get it. It's just slow. It's a heritage railway, isn't it? So you max 25, which is it's great to ride on, not as good to drive, in my opinion. Was it your version of God Save the King? Yeah. Apparently, you can see you can now see Great Western Railway AI on the main line. I've never actually spotted. I've not played it since Riviera, to be honest. Oh yeah, you can see some there. Look, nice. Driving a T-Class with extra Grettas. Ah, happy days. I bet you're going to be right in your element. I can't believe that lad who came in asking for West Somerset Railway is not here. Watch, as soon as I finish this service, he'll be like, where's West Somerset Railway? You've seen DC 4260's reviews? I have done. He's great. What I am going to do is once I get to Norton, I am thinking I'm going to call it a night because my throat's starting to hurt a little bit and I'm actually getting a little bit sleepy. I have been at work all day and I've been sat in this chair all day working, so I need a bit of a change of scenery, to be fair. I have been in this room all day long, so change of scenery, which will be darkness, because I'll be sleeping. You're testing out a new railway since the old one is sinking into a pit of mismanagement that it may never escape. Basically, he needs to go see the missus before he sleeps in the doghouse. No, that's fine. I've already seen her. She's already asleep. She's too busy watching the new Peaky Blinders film because she fancies the young lad in it. Not the young lad. What's his name? The new Peaky Blinder, whatever he's called, Barry something or other. That's what he means by new scenery. The doghouse, the garden. We need some more Liberty Class 37 paint jobs. I don't know anything about Liberty Class 37 paint jobs. It's a 75 mile an hour speed limit. Not along here, it's not. Not along here. You'd think you'd be able to go quicker. Could you imagine if Train Sim will have multiplayer, but you can't collide into each other? If she likes Peaky Blinders, then she'll have something to talk to Chris about. Yeah, we both like Peaky Blinders. Because I'm a brummie, and it's set in Birmingham, I love it. In fact, the wedding somewhat was Peaky Blinders themed. So I had a flat cap and pocket watch and all sorts of stuff. Just didn't have the things in the peak. Fun fact, right? Fun fact about Peaky Blinders: where it's set is Small Leaf. Is actually where I was born. Fun fact. We need more Class 37 liveries. Hope you're not too late. I mean, I'm getting into this station and I'm thinking of calling it a night, to be fair, so you might be just a tad bit late. Gently does it. You hate when the game crashes. There you go. Good old service. I want to see. Can you actually get to the main line? Oh, you can. You can actually go quite a long way along the thingy. Oh, is that a Scotsman? Wait, look at that. That's cool. That's really quite cool. What's that doing? That's well good timing. So that's on the main line. Why? Whistled. Eyes. Was this technically the... It's not a South Devon main line, this is it. It's certainly picking up some speed. I'm intrigued into... Oh, what? I'm intrigued into what this is doing. Because shouldn't this be coming along here now? Well, how is it supposed to get onto here? I find that very interesting. You should see a Scotty as a reward for that boring run. Yeah, I just find it interesting because that's in the time... Oh. Okay. Come on in, let's go. We're going now. Section of the Norton is actually higher speed in reality. It's 40. You want Trans-Serbian trains and trains, not too lengthy. So now this goes onto the main line. That's a rail tour on the main line. It's not visiting my son's railway. Yeah, but in the timetable, it's Scotsman's drivable. You do a Scotsman service. So obviously, what we've just witnessed there is it's going on the main line. It must turn around somewhere and come back. I'm intrigued. There you go. Look. So we've just done the 943, and then apparently Scotsman how is that possible then? That's interesting. So Scotsman is on the main line and also interesting. No, I just find it funny that there's two Scotsmans in the timetable at the same time. Because if you think about it, that Sete there, that minor to Bishop's Lydiard, it's a Scotsman service, isn't it? Yeah? Am I right? So like if we spawned into Minehead at whatever time it is, 1:20, 9:30, 9:40, we spawn in there and do that. The Scotsman should be there. But then the Scotsman will also be on the main line at the same time. There you go, look, Scotsman. Scotsman's there. Right. But then, what time was our service? Let me just find out. Hold on. What time were we driving? 9:48. What time? So in 10 minutes, I'm not gonna wait that full 10 minutes. Basically, that's there now. Wasn't the Scotsman seasonal? You're driving an imaginary train in an imaginary world and you're worried about the possibility of two Scotsmans. Yeah, but people often tell me, I don't look out for things that are wrong. I just find it really funny that there's two Scotsmans. I just find that very, very interesting. So that's now off, going somewhere. Is it showing up as a Scotsman? Let's see, hold on. Didn't tell you what time these are due into whatever platforms. It came back at the right... Oh, we've just finished it. There's at 150. So hold on, if I come back at about 9:50 to Norton, I want to find out whether there's two Scotsmen at the same time. I think it'd be really funny. Never leave, Casper. There's your lesson for today. Yep. That's your lesson. So, where's that 150 gone? What's that? What even is that? Is that a Voyager? Where's that 150? There it is. That's definitely a Voyager, isn't it? It's gotta be. What time's that due into here? 15:56. Right, okay. 15:56. Eh? Bullshitter is this? Have I still got slot 4 in the run? Yeah, I posted an update. Basically, we've extended it to Dartford. What I'll do is, whilst we wait, because, hold on, we'll run over to that Scotsman. I'll recap what we're doing. Scotsman never goes to Norton, it only goes to Bishop Lydiard. Catch you later, Dex. Much appreciate it. Right. I was gonna suggest you could do a javelin run, or do a rail tour if you want. I know Casual wants to do a rail tour. Can the rogue couple to a cross country? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Oh, it's so annoying that you can't go over there. Right, there we go. Flying Scotsman. There we go. So here comes Scotsman now, look. So where's the other Scotsman? There'll be something somewhere. It's not at Washford. There we go, look. Set A. So that's going to Blue Anchor. So this is the thing, right? So we've got a Scotsman coming in. I've got a lamp. Humiliate cross country and have fun with Greta and the Phoenix. Catch you later, Southerner. Thank you for coming in. See you on Saturday. Right. Catch you later, Cologne B. We're going to be coming off in a second anyway. But anyway, you can see that we've got Scotsman there, right? Blatantly got Scotsman here. Coming past. Like he does, whistling. So there's Scotsman going past, right? Blatantly. And if we press 9, then we go to Blue Anchor, which is somewhere up here. That's Washford. And we're quick about it. When we go to Blue Anchor, you'll find that, hopefully, Scotsman's also there. For some weird reason. Same timetable. Same everything. However, we have found that Scotsman is also here. How on earth? How on earth? Obviously, you wouldn't really put 2 and 2 together. But apparently, there is 2 lots of Scotsman services at the same time. And with that, we're going to call it a night. Because that's a fantastic bit of information that I found out there. It's a Scottish TARDIS. Yes, that's the one. It's a steam TARDIS. I've told Dovetail about the bugs, about this bug, but no one has replied. Oh, is it like a known thing then? I just found it funny. I just found it really funny. Anyway, yeah, that was Wheels Choice. Very, very interesting. Some good runs, some varied runs. We did quite a lot of varied stuff, and I quite like Wheels Choice because it can literally just chuck anything at you, which is very cool. But yeah, very good stream tonight. Very much enjoyed it. Of course, again, South Eastern Relay Race starts at 7 PM on the 4th of April. I mean, if we can get going beforehand, then we'll certainly try. But we've got, just a recap, we've got Southerner doing Victoria to Orpington, I think in a 707, and then we've got British Ace going from Orpington to Tunbridge. Not too sure what he's driving yet, but we'll soon find out. Casual's probably going to do a rail tour from Tunbridge to Maidstone. Train Simulator driver who's in the chat there is talking about doing a ROG 37 on a cross country. I mean, to be fair, the ROG doesn't quite work because the whole idea of a southeastern relay race is to drive only southeastern trains, bar obviously that rail tour that Casual's doing. So I think it'd be fine. And then we've got Tiger Ways driving from Stroud to Dartford. Don't know what in yet. And then we've got Jason PFC going from Dartford to Rochester. So that Rex Tactics can take over from Rochester down to Faversham. And then I'll be taking over from Faversham down to Dover, doing a straight online through. So yeah, should be a good bit of fun. I'm very much looking forward to it. So yeah, should be cool. But other than that, in terms of admin from me, got a nice Sodor video coming out tomorrow to do with a certain train that shouldn't be in Sodor. I'll let you all ponder on that. Anyway, thank you all for coming in tonight. Much appreciate it, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next stream. Bye everyone.